Hi everyone, good evening. Hi. Cheesy, no, you're not allowed to be sad. No sad in my stream. No sadness allowed. Though I heard the game made a few people I know cry, so it might be kind of a bittersweet thing. Anyways, I'm back home, so all my audio settings and stuff might be messed up again. I guess let me know if you can, if you can't hear me properly or if you can't hear the game properly. I checked like 1 minute of the game and it has voice acting. The voice acting is really good, so I'm excited for that, but there's still, main character dialogue and regular narration that I can read. So, because at first I was worried it's just gonna be me listening to a whole ass visual novel without actually doing any reading myself, but thankfully that won't be the case. Hey Mayachi, thank you for joining. Yes, you're forced to be happy. If you're not happy, leave. No, that's so mean. I get it, it's rough to be happy sometimes. Anyways, I don't know if you've seen on Twitter, I got some Pennsylvania but Dutch pumpkin spice cream liquor because Subaru in chat here talked about it over the weekend, and I was like, oh shit, that sounds really comfy, really tasty. So got a whole bottle and it's pretty good. I already tried a bit the other day. I used Subaru's squat money to pay for it. And yeah, it's really good. And so I'm just gonna have that a bit over the night rather. Oh, 1 second. I see my mic has a thing on it. 1 second. Okay, I cleaned it off. Anyway, so hydrate redeems will be pumpkin spice cream liquor redeems during this stream. And yeah, it is so good. Spicy hydrate redeems indeed. Cheers, Subaru. Thank you for the recommendation and for paying for this. It's really good. It reminds me of Bailey's, except it has the I guess that's the pumpkin spice, right? Yeah, I like it. It's really good. Yeah, I think I put a cooldown on the hydrate for today. I forgot how long it is. It shouldn't be too long, but yeah. Alright, I think the game is a bit loud, for me at least. There we go. Oh, Ken fought! Oh no! Yeah, surprisingly enough, I didn't feel it that much, even though I did 69 twice. Usually I feel it the day after, but I don't know, cause I got immediately sick with a cold right after the day after the stream, so maybe that kind of overshadowed how much my legs were in pain. But yeah, good seeing you. Oh damn, Subaru, you're gonna make me empty the bottle. Cause my wife already tried some too, so there's not that much left in the bottle. Maybe, I don't know, 2/3 ish left. Yeah. Alright, let me look at the options real quick. That looked a bit quiet. That is really quiet.
Sugar. I like sugar. Coffee and ice cream and cookies are all good. I like running around as a fox. Nature's better when you're a fox.
Oh, she's a fox. Interesting.
A lovely night and fresh tea are more than enough.
Oh, she's British.
Novels, of course. My personal favorites are Austen and Eliot, but the current book I'm reading is so
Ooh, she reminds you of Rarity a little. But yeah, it's still a bit quiet, huh? Let me try something. Alright, did this actually make it louder?
Easy.
No.
I like to win.
Ooh, okay. The tomboy, I assume. Alright, let's see how this is.
I really love dinosaurs.
Me too, me too.
The mornings that Tommy and I eat breakfast together are my favorite.
It's still kind of quiet, right? I can see it on the equalizer. It's like... not quite at all. Let's try this.
You can find pleasure in anything if you look hard enough. Today I like the moon. Ask me tomorrow and I may have a different answer.
Oh, I like that vibe. Interesting. All right, but I think this is good audio-wise. That's the music is a bit low. No, I mean a bit loud.
I like... sugar. I like sugar.
What if I just
Coffee and ice...
pull them
I like running
all
around
louder?
as a fox. Nature's better when you're a fox.
Oh Jesus, Subaru! All right, let's do it. Let's get pumpkin spice. Let's get basic bitch drunk together.
Novels, of course. My personal favorites are Austen and Eliot.
I like...
Yeah, I'm just gonna put them all on max, cause
I really love dinosaurs!
damn, Pippa! Oh my god, I did not know Pippa is in this game. Pee 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 pee. Fucking love Pippa. Don't tell her. We're like mutuals, so I'm trying to play it cool that she like, you know, follows me and we talk sometimes and shit, but yeah, I'm a big fan. She's amazing.
I like...
Why is
sugar.
it still so quiet?
I like sugar. Coffee and ice cream and cookies are all good.
My pleasures are simple. A lovely night and fresh tea are more than enough.
All right. This sounds pretty good, right? Right? Yeah. Please be basic bitch drunk. Can you guys read the font like that? I can make it a bit bigger. Maybe even bigger than that. Alright, this might be good. We need to see if how much text fits on it though. Alright, let's play Please Be Happy. And that's an order. Alright, great. Thank you, Subaru. Alright. Let's see what the game has in store for us. I'm super excited. Hey, it better not make me cry. I don't want to cry on stream while being buzzed.
I'll race you!
Hey, Carter. Fog settled over the forest, far from the villages and towns, and with it came silence. What's this? Oh, okay. Saving and stuff. Alright. Birch trees shivered, pondering the weather, and dropped their leaves in fright. Streams bubbled, unseen by man, and babbled like the birds in the trees. In the middle of the forest was a grove, and in the middle of that grove was a log. It had been years since it had fallen. Once one of the proudest trees around, and now in death was home to an abundance of life. A line of frantic ants ran to and fro. Mushrooms cloud like ow. That's like interesting writing. To and fro, bro. Enjoy lurking, Carter. We can be sad drunk together. Oh. A line of frantic ants ran to and fro. Mushrooms, cloud-like and pillowy, sprouted across one side, like a footpath for fairies. Nearby an old toad flopped contentedly in the mud. And inside the deep, damp hollow of the tree, something slept. A traveler strolled into the grove. Their steps were slow and tired, and they spotted the log with relief, like greeting an old friend. Weary from the day's journey, the traveler sat to take rest. Whoosh. I guess that's more like a wind sound, like, right? Like. With a scrabbling of nails on rotten wood, a shadow vaulted from inside the log to the tall grass nearby. The traveler watched the brush rustle as a faint patch of fur appeared within. Hello there, friend. I didn't mean to disturb you. They held their hand towards the grass, offering a piece of dried fish. At first there was no reaction, and then first a snout appeared, quivering as it tested the air, then followed the rest of the fox, sleek and tawny as she took several slow steps forward. It's a fox! Oh, I love foxes. Oh. Her amber eyes were alight with mistrust. Hey, I have amber eyes. That's cool. That's cool. Her amber eyes were alight with mistrust, but also with wild, wild curiosity. Dame Dot. At first there was no reaction, and then... Oh wait. The stranger... The fox... I got so excited about the fox, I lost my spot. The stranger sat unfazed, their offering still outstretched. They dared to meet the fox's eyes, and in that glance felt something kindred. As the fox closed her jaws around the gift, a bond was made. Maybe we aren't so different, you and I. The traveler returned the next day, and the day after that. Each day they brought some treat for their new friend. Each day the fox's steps grew a little more trusting. One day, when the traveler arrived, the fox was sitting in the clearing, waiting patiently. Oh, that's so cute.
Hello, my friend. Have you been waiting long?
The fox peered up at the traveler. Her amber eyes were warm and trusting. She accepted her gift of meat, gnawing it at the traveler's feet then and there. The traveler sat, imprinting into their mind the feeling of the wood beneath them, the clean air around them, and the tender bond of companionship. The traveler looks like a dork.
Where is your home, little fox? Is it here in this grove? Or do you come to see me too?
Aw.
This will be the last time, I'm afraid. Because I'll be going home tomorrow. Home is such a small place compared to the rest of the world. Yet, it's some place I can't wait to return to.
I kind of feel the other way around. Always. Oh man, what's the English? I don't think English has a term for it. In German, we call it Fernweh. Basically, the pain of distance. It's kind of like homesick, except you're sick for places that aren't home. Yeah, big mood on that.
I wish I could bring you with me, little friend. I wish that you could see the world too.
Don't abduct the fox.
Your home is all around me though, isn't it? It's wherever the trees are, wherever the leaves fall. Little fox, perhaps it's you who's the more fortunate of the two of us.
Definitely. Can't fall. All too soon, it was time for the traveler to go. As they bade goodbye to the forest and to the fox, they knew that they would not return, but that they would carry the memories with them always. Yeah, I guess Wanderlust is a pretty good way to describe it, but it's like deeper than that. It's like the pain and the melancholy that you feel when you're homesick. Well, Wanderlust is more of like, I want to, right? But while Fenway is more like, I'm sad and hurting that I'm not, you know? If that makes sense. So it's like a more intense version of Wanderlust, a more emotionally painful version, I guess. The next day, the fox was sitting in the clearing, waiting patiently. Oh no! Oh no! That's so sad! Chapter 1 of Foxes and Fables. Oh hey, it's a 9 tails. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a 6 tails. What are they called? Kitsunes, right?
We've now docked at Wellington Skyport.
Wellington Skyport. That sounds very British.
Thank you for flying with Kiwi Airlines, and we hope to see you again.
New Zealand. It's in New Zealand. Interesting, interesting. The intercom's announcement is muffled in the closet where I'm hiding, just like the clatter of the seatbelts and the chattering of passengers getting ready to disembark. Why are you hiding in the closet? I mean, is that a metaphor? Is that... Yeah, the closet can be comfortable, but you're more happy once you're out and not hiding in it anymore. Just saying. Vulpix has 6 tails? Really? I thought like Vulpix tails, don't they grow the older it gets? Or was that like old red and blue lore? I wiggle around impatiently, sore from crouching in here for I don't even know how long it's been. Hours for sure. The last few minutes always feel like they take the longest. Are these fox ears? Cute. Oh, look, she's so cute! Is that me? Is that a player character? Because, oh my god, I love her. Amber Eyes, is she the fox from the preview? Oh, they even animated the blinking. That's so cute. A parade of footsteps begins to pass by outside my door. It's time. I listen carefully, waiting for a gap in the crowd. When it comes, I stand up and push the door open in a single movement. I give a wink to the shocked-looking lady that I stepped out in front of. She doesn't even have time to gasp before I'm out of her sight. Humans, they're always kind of slow. Hey! Ooh, she looks so cool. Look at her. I love her. I nod at the smiling flight attendant as I pass her by, and then throw up my hood to cover my face. It's been a while since I last flew, but it doesn't seem like things have changed much. It's always been harder to sneak on than it is to sneak off. I follow the crowd to the end of the walkway and step out onto the ground. After a long stretch, I take a deep breath and savor the fresh air after being stowed away for so long. Wellington Skyport, New Zealand! See, I called it! The Pokédex entries can't agree on whether it's born with 1 tail that grows to 6 or has 6 that turns into more. Interesting! I feel like that's true for a lot of Pokemon. Like, especially Pokemons that have been around for a while. Their lore gets like, you know, because a lot of the Pokédex entries are kind of throwaway lines, I assume. So I'm not surprised there's some inconsistencies. Anyways.
I made
The voice reminds me of, I don't know, like My Little Pony character, but I couldn't tell you which one. I'm really bad with recognizing voices. So her name is Miho, I guess is how you pronounce it. Oh, Subaru, I like that. That makes sense, right? Because you are writing the Pokédex, like the player is. That's really interesting. I like that. My breathless voice joins the pleasant hum of the skyport. A few clouds drift lazily overhead, almost within arm's reach. The sound of the waves rolling onto the shore is like a lullaby. It makes you want to burrow into the sand and take a nap. She is a fox. But I can't. First, I need to get out of here, and there's one more challenge ahead. I see New Zealand uses very interesting writing systems. Oh yeah, I know about Miho and Miha, because, you know, my wife is Hispanic. So that's like the first thing I thought too when I saw the name. I'm like, oh, that's like surprisingly Spanish. Up ahead, the snaking line of passengers splits as people are funneled into a few security stations. While I'm too far back to hear what the guards are saying, it looks like they're examining a little booklet from each traveler before letting them pass. Humans sure like processes and procedures. Oh, she's so cute! I definitely don't have a booklet like that. Her like outfit is like amazing too, like the skirt, them wearing the hoodie like at the elbows, like the necklace and the crop top. Oh, big fan, big fan. Glancing around, I hope to find another way out. An open window would work, or even an unguarded exit. I'm pretty sneaky when I need to be. Unfortunately, it looks like the only way to leave is to go through security. Without any other option, I join one of the lines and prepare myself. I'll have to do this the old-fashioned way. Thank you for the head pad! Thank you so much! I appreciate it, Altair. The line moves Ow! The line moves briskly as passengers are cleared one after the other, and I'm almost at the front of the queue before I know it. As the passenger in front of me approaches the booth, I listen closely.
Good afternoon. Passport, please.
Passport, please. I love the accent. I wish I could do it.
Right here. It's good to be home.
I'm sure. Welcome back.
He stamps something in the man's booklet and then hands it back to him, and he continues on out of the skyport.
Next.
That's me. Oh no, I'm worried for her. I don't know what they do to people without any papers, but I don't want to find out. Ow! Hey, Devil Warman! Hey! Thank you for the bully! Sorry, I forgot where it was. I don't know what they do to people without any papers, but I don't want to find out. I'm sure it involves lots of questions, being escorted around, and other unpleasant stuff. Casually approaching the gate, I put on my brightest, friendliest smile while keeping a slight distance. With my breathing steady and tail calm, I'm sure I put on a convincing act.
Passport, please.
Hey, Ultra Squid! And thank you for the head pad, Mermaid. Thank you so much. You're the best. And good seeing you too, Ultra Squid. Glad you're joining me for tonight. We're playing Please Be Happy. A supposedly very comfy visual novel. And I'm drinking pumpkin spice cream liqueur. The hydrate redeem will, redeem spicy hydrate for tonight's stream. So, if you want me to get more fast. Redeem hydrates.
Of course.
That did not sound convenient and convincing at all, Miho. Oh, I love the face. Look, you can see her little tooth. I love the little tooth. I fumble around in my pockets, pretending to look for my passport. Instead, I grab the useless, clunky phone that I've been carrying around and let it clatter to the ground at the guard's feet. As expected, he bends down to retrieve it from me. She like, look at the little shit face. She like, no, she's so good.
Oh, let me get that for you.
And I make a run for it, bolting ahead and rushing past the security booths as quickly as I can. Damn, what's up with New Zealand airport security? If they let a cute little fox girl just escape, immigrate like that.
Hey, you wait!
And she's gone.
Stop!
Stressed guard? I mean, I would be stressed too. By the time they realize what's happened, I already have a few seconds head start. My inhuman speed, combined with the natural chaos of the skyport, should also buy me a bit of time. Still, I've got to get them off my tail. Literally, quite literally. Question mark. Let's go to question mark. Dashing through the skyport doors and out into the road outside. I don't even have time to take in the city. Without stopping for breath, I run into the narrow streets while weaving between cars and shocked bystanders. Being seen by so many people like this is annoying. Mood girl, I can relate. But it won't matter by tomorrow. So cute. I love her. Holy shit. Putting the thought out of my mind, I vault over a low wall into a nearby alley and land in a crouch. Out of sight, but for only a moment, I close my eyes and relax my muscles. All feeling disappears except a slight warmth against my neck. My secret weapon. The unremarkable looking necklace is one of my only possessions, and by far the most important. A certain one of the beads strung around my neck begins to heat up in response to my will, a soothing warmth flowing through my body. My hands and feet begin to morph first, the fur chasing up my arms and legs as they distort and shorten. This sensation was so bizarre the first few times I tried. It's amazing how it's become second nature by now. Closing my eyes, I let my body and head shift in turn. The face is always a little uncomfortable, my once human face changing and lengthening into a snout with some difficulty. The process complete after only a few seconds, I open my eyes not as a human, but as a fox. I dart away without waiting, far quicker on 4 legs than I ever could be on 2. Obstacles like the stack of garbage cans ahead would be a pain to get past as a human, but instead I'm able to flit between the gaps without slowing down.
That's her! I know it!
What? How do you know? Sounds like the security guard hasn't given up on me yet. I pick up the pace, running as fast as my paws will take me. Oh damn, look at her. His heavy breathing gets farther and farther away, and in just a minute or two, I know I'm safe. I don't know where I am, but it's not like I knew where I was when I started running. I almost feel bad for the guy who was chasing me. He never stood a chance. Even in the crowded city streets, there's no way anyone or anything that can outrun me. The wind just wishes it could keep up with me. Comfortable that the danger's past, I slip into another alley. Once I'm sure that I am alone, I close my eyes and concentrate on the form I want to take once more. Thank you for the hydrate redeem. It is so good. It is like really, really, really creamy. You know how I don't have a sense of smell? But alcohol, it's still kinda, it burns in my nose. So I guess it's like the closest I get to having a sense of smell. And it's kind of nice, you know, to feel that sensation a little bit. It is delicious, isn't it, Subaru? That familiar flowing warmth runs through me again. That's how I feel after just taking a sip of the pumpkin spice. My body stretching and deforming at my command. A few seconds later, and I open my eyes to glance at my hands.
Better luck next time.
Hateable Warmin. You have to imagine it. Brushing the dust off myself, I nonchalantly stroll out of the alleyway and back into the street. So does she basically create the clothes when she transforms? So are the clothes part of her body? Like, or do they like magically get created? Because the necklace is like, you know, she was wearing it as a fox. But everything else, not. I always wonder how that works with transformations, you know. Anyways, the odd person walks by on this errand or another, not paying any attention to me, just the way I like it. Same.
Left, right, past turn, left.
Mapping out my path in my head, I look for a way to the main roads. It'll be easier to get my bearings there. I pick turns at random, without any real destination in mind. When I decided to make the journey to Wellington, it was pretty impulsive. I'd overheard another pair of travelers talking about it, and how beautiful a city it is. With a moment now to take in the scenery, I can see they weren't wrong. The streets around here seem like a mix of homes and business. Everything is very colorful. Even the brick walls are covered in pictures and paint. In the distance, I can see green hills that are lined with houses, as well as green hills that are completely empty. There are a lot of hills now that I look around some. From just a few streets away, the sound of pedestrians and busy intersections floats my way. I head in its direction, taking shortcuts through yards and driveways when it's convenient. It's pretty, very colorful. In one lawn, a big dog growls at me as I walk past. But when I transform and growl right back, he tucks his tail and runs away. Dogs and I have always had an understanding. Sounds less like an understanding and more of you just bullying dogs. Subaru, exactly. Or maybe she just leaves, like... Maybe the clothes are like her fur. And, you know, she sheds her fur, right? So, maybe every time she transforms, she just leaves a patch of fur/clothes behind. After squeezing through one last narrow side street, I finally emerge onto what looks like a main road. There's no cars here, but tons of people on foot. There are brightly colored signs and decorations on most of the buildings. In the middle of the street, there are fountains and benches and trees and all kinds of stuff. The best part is the variety of stores. When I stroll past a few of the windows and peek in, I can already tell that I'll be able to do most of my shopping around here. Yeah, I think the fox ears are like just replacing her actual ears, you know. There are stores with food, with clothes, and with just about everything else. I don't have any money on me, but that isn't exactly a problem. What is a problem is that it's too crowded. Dodging a couple of security guards is one thing, but trying to escape down a busy street with lots of people could be too much, even for me. I'll just have to remember where this place is and make another visit later, after all the shops are closed. Then, a man in a bright coat hurries past me, talking loudly on his phone in a language I don't recognize. He's so distracted that he doesn't even notice when his wallet falls out of his pocket and onto the sidewalk. I love the face. Look at her. I notice, of course. Seeing an opportunity, I zip over and snatch it up. Prying open the black leather pockets, I find...
Score!
A couple of bills in what I figure is the local currency. I slide the money out and into a pocket of my jacket. By now the man is so far ahead that he's almost out of sight. I have to hurry to catch up to him to give him back his wallet. And he barely even says thank you.
I
Girl,
should've just kept the whole thing.
you literally robbed him. And you expected thank you. It's only fair that I get a little something for myself, since it's not like he would have ever gotten it back without me. Alright, if that's how you wanna justify it, sure. 15 New Zealand dollars. A blue bill and a brown one. These feel sturdy, nothing like the paper I expected.
1, 0, 10.
She's so cute!
And 5. So 15.
She is so cute. 15 isn't much. I definitely should have kept the whole wallet. Oh well. At least this should be enough to buy myself something to drink. My thirst is starting to get the better of me, as I haven't had anything since I snuck onto the airship. Following my nose, I walk down the busy street until I find one of the many cafes lining the path. The sign hanging above its front door has a picture of a bell on it. A charming bell rings out from above the door as I enter. I can't help but savor the wave of refreshing, cool air washing over me, which feels even better after so much running. Yeah, Vermin, when I see art that has like both the animal ears and the human ears, I get a little freaked out. I think it should be either or.
Hiya! Welcome to the Bell House.
She has wings. She's an animal too? Like the head looks kind of animalish too, but I couldn't tell you what. The barista behind the counter is the only other person in the store right now. As I nod in greeting, and she leans forward with a cup in one hand and a pen in her other.
What can I get you? We're having a special on affogatos if you want to try one.
What are affogatos?
Usually, they're like $7, but today, they're only 5.
Only a third of my money.
I'd like a...
An avocado. Oh god. Affogato. Affogato? I guess that's how it's supposed to be pronounced. More traditionally known as an avocado al caffè, Italian for drowned in coffee, is an Italian coffee-based dessert. It usually takes the form of a scoop of plain milk flavored or vanilla gelato. Oh my god, my cat! Ugh, my cat wanted to cuddle. Or ice cream topped or drowned with a shot of hot espresso. Oh, interesting! That sounds very cafe-y. I'm not sure what an... She doesn't know either. I'm not sure what an affogato is. Isn't that a vegetable? Not wanting to commit to the strange-sounding drink, I look at the menu instead. Oh really, Ultra Squid? That's awesome. Unfortunately, it is full of handwritten spindly letters. I can't read a single word, and there are no helpful pictures. Safe option it is. Water?
I'll just have a vanilla latte.
Oh, good choice too. Hey Callisto, you're so mean!
Ugh, boring. But okay.
Did she
Name?
call me boring? No, you!
Miho.
Mijo. So you do pronounce it like the Spanish. It's my first time testing out how that name sounds, and I decide that I like it. I decided on the airship that was the name I would use here in Wellington. I've used so many names throughout my life that I can't remember most of them. For each new city that I visit, I come up with something new. Hey, that's kind of romantic. I like that. Get fond. She should turn into a fox and run into a school and, you know, learn how to read. And yeah, Callisto, that's what I mentioned too. Foxes don't have any use for names, so nobody ever gave me one. She scribbles something on the cup with a black marker. If that's how this name looks, then I'm even more pleased with it. Aww.
$4.50, please.
I hand her the brown bill and she gives me back a big coin with a picture of a boat on it.
All right. I'll have this ready for you in no time.
She sure seems enthusiastic. I nod as she spins around and starts working. Looking about somewhere to sit, I decide on a seat by the window with the sun pouring in. Near the entrance of the cafe, there's a wire rack with a stack of maps and tourist pamphlets. So I grab one of the maps before taking my seat. This cafe is big and bright, with plants everywhere. They're on the walls, on the floor, and on the ceiling. Most of them are real and vibrant, obviously being well cared for. Even the lights that hang down from the ceiling have glass ornaments with little shrubs in them. Oh, Papa would really like this cafe. Seems like I made a good choice coming here. Any place with a bit of nature in it is more comfortable to me than places without.
I guess I should find a place to stay.
With your $10, good luck. Looking down to the map I took, I traced the path I made from the port to this cafe. It's useful, but it doesn't really tell me anything helpful about the houses in particular. I'll need to find a higher vantage point. Subaru. I move my finger along the hills I noticed from outside, following the little brown path to a patch of green with a little mountain icon. That should work for now.
Miho!
My ears perk up right as the barista arrives and places my drink in front of me.
Thanks!
I reach over and take the warm cup in my hand, but the barista doesn't let go.
You ready for the rain tomorrow? Huh?
What a reaction.
It's gonna rain tomorrow.
I glance behind me out the window. It's as sunny and blue a day as I've ever seen.
How do you know that? There aren't any clouds out there. I'm just good with the weather. Anyway, if you forget, then you'll be sorry.
So she's a bird that can read the weather. Callisto, does that design remind you of a New Zealand bird? Like, she has like white wings, and then whatever is going on over here. She finally lets go of my drink and heads back behind the counter. People are weird. Does the barista pull that on everyone? Standing on the doorstep, I have my first sip.
Oh, this is really good.
It's pretty plain, but well made. The coffee isn't too bitter, which is perfect for me. Same girl, same girl. Thank you for the hydrate. Cheers, Subaru. Here's to you. Tasty. With a moment to myself, my thoughts turn inward as I sip the warm drink. My first travels were in search of someone, but despite my whole life being spent trying, I haven't made any progress in finding them. So I've taken to simply wandering, going wherever I wish at the time. Oh, she's trying to find the person from the opening. Oh. What's up, back Floral? I hope you're doing good. Thank you. Oh, interesting, Callisto. That I had no idea. I'd been itching for a change of scenery anyway, so I snuck onto the first airship that I could. The best part about owning nothing but the clothes on my back is that I can pick up and leave whenever I feel like it. I take a moment to get my bearings and look around. I see a tired-looking person shuffling along the far footpath with a briefcase in their hand. They stop outside one of the buildings, take a deep breath, and pat their face a couple times, then go inside. They must not be looking forward to whatever's going to happen in there. Maybe they have to fight someone. Through the large glass windows of another store, a fawn is trying on a pair of shoes, but they don't seem to fit her hooves. The people waiting with her look annoyed. I wonder if she fusses around with her footwear a lot. For a while, I simply let the day roll by and watch the various figures who stroll by. People watching is fun, especially in such a busy city. So I guess it's just normal that some animals are living with the humans. So she's not special. Eventually I go to sip my coffee, only to find nothing coming out. With no more reasons to stick around, it's time to go. On the sunlit street, I look about to match what I can see with the map's directions. There's a tall green mountain in the distance ahead of me, which must be the one on the map. It will be the perfect vantage point for the city. Ideally, I'll find an empty building I can crash in, but it's not necessary. A roof over my head would be nice, but I'm plenty used to sleeping outside under the stars. Sometimes it's better than sleeping in a bed. Encouraged by the plan forming in my head, I set off on a long walk to the summit. She's gonna get rained on, isn't she? Alright, let's get to this question mark. The path to the mountain turns out to be less simple than the map made it look. First, the trail takes me along the waterfront, and then it turns upwards through a small forested area. Being among the trees and their tall shadows makes me feel at home. When the path leaves the woods again, I'm a little disappointed. It leads up a paved road, so I stick to the edge to avoid passing cars. Sometimes I take shortcuts through yards or up unmarked paths. There are quite a few nice-looking homes right along the roadside. I make a mental note to go check them out when I'm low on money or food. Not much further along, a concrete lookout offers another glimpse of the city below. A couple airships are coming in to dock at the skyport, probably from one of the other floating islands. There's still a ways to go to the top of the mountain, but luckily the walk has been easy so far. I wouldn't even consider it a hike. Eventually I reach the final stretch of road. I can see where it curves ahead to the summit, and I hurry to the end. Thank you so much for the follow, Novel9. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. A metal railing spreads out like a crown on top of the mountain. As I go to toss my empty cup away, a pair of chatting tourists pass me by. So she just held on to the cup this entire trek.
How far is it from here?
Oh, about an hour from the base of Mount Victoria, so a bit further from here.
Mount Victoria.
Oh, thank you, Novi. That's so kind of you. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, I've started streaming a few months back. I'm slowly getting pretty regular at it. Trying to stream a few days a week with varying degrees of success. Yeah, I know, Callisto, but she finished the drink still in town. Why didn't she throw it away in town? I'm glad to know what this place is called. I say the name out loud to help commit it to memory. I heard that's actually a really good practice. That you should do that when meeting new people too. Like, you know, they say, "Hi, I'm Richard," and then you go, "Hello, Richard." Because that way, you know, you commit it easier to memory by saying it out loud. And if you do it like that, then it doesn't sound unnatural, you know. Just little pro tip. Oh, thank you, Ultra Squid. Thank you, Subaru, too. Thank you so much. You're making me blush. I didn't even think that Richard is thick. Nice. Standing at the edge, I'm treated to a wonderful view of Wellington. The city forms a crescent moon shape around the bay, which glitters like a sapphire from up here. The sun is starting to set, and that makes the water even more shimmery. Even more airships can be seen coming and going. I think that I can even see the edge of the floating island we're on, miles out in the open sky. I survey the city, using the skyport as a reference point. From up here, what felt like such a long chase really doesn't look far at all. If I strain my eyes, I think I can even see the coffee shop from earlier. What was it the barista said it was called? The Bell House? It's kind of tough to make out details. My hearing and sense of smell may be great, but my eyes aren't that much better than a human's. Well, mine are much worse than a human's. Then I noticed something useful.
Look! Is that our house?
God, what an annoying child voice.
Probably. What can you see from here?
I see Dad's car!
Oh, she's figuring out how that the telescope is a thing. Oh, that's great. Not too far away, there's a little kid who's using a pair of metal tubes attached to a post. His mom is helping him aim it at the city. It must be something that improves your vision. So here's the thing, I'm not sure if the city is actually floating and if the airships are actually airships, or if she just doesn't understand the world as well and they're just airplanes or regular ships even, you know, so I'm curious. Hey Shy Pie! I hope you're having a great evening. Thank you for joining. We're playing Comfy Visual Novel today. The moment the kid and his mom leave, I hurry over before someone else can get to them first. When I press my eyes to the same spot that the child did, though, all I can see is black. I try moving it around, but it doesn't change. Is this thing busted? Some text is printed on the side. I have no idea what it says. There's a small slot, though, with a picture of a coin next to it. Bye, Nomi! No worries! See you around! Have a good day! Bye-bye! Thank you for stopping by! I really appreciate it! Bye! Thank you for the hydrate, Callisto! I'm drinking pumpkin spice cream liquor today, and each hydrate redeem means I'm gonna take a sip, so... And Subaru is joining me too, apparently, so... Cheers, Subaru! So you might get, Fuzzy Rat. What's it called when you're just a little bit drunk? Punch drunk? I don't know. Oi. Ban. Buzz, tipsy. Yeah, tipsy. I think tipsy is what I looked for. Sociable. That is true too. I get more sociable when I had a little bit of, you know, weed or alcohol. Interestingly enough, when I'm tipsy, I'm horrible at rhythm games. Like, horrible. But when I'm high from weed, I'm better than normal. Like, just interesting to think about, you know. Liquid courage. Oh, I like that. I like that. Lucky for me, it's the coin that has a 50 on it. I put the coin that I received from the barista into the slot and spin a lever. The machine eats my coin, and then when I put my eyes to it again...
Yes!
It's literally just the same photo, but zoomed in. Everything looks much closer now. Even the trees on the other side of the hill appear in crystal clear detail, like I'm standing right next to them. I aim the viewing glasses at the city and look around, trying to find a good place to rest for the night. Houses are a no-go. Even if they look empty or abandoned, you can never let your guard down for a minute. Same with most shops. I don't have enough money for a hotel, and I won't risk sneaking into one of these either. She literally outran airport security and illegally immigrated into the country, but she's scared of squatting in like an empty hotel room. As I'm studying the sights, trying to memorize as much as I can, there's a clicking sound and once again the view goes black. Welcome to capitalism. Stupid machine. I smack it a couple times and check again, but I still can't see anything.
Well, whatever. Looks like I'm sleeping outside tonight. Guess this place is as good as any.
You're gonna get rained on. I head back down the trail a little bit and veer off of it into the underbrush. I mean, I would appreciate that, Subaru. Though tipsy squats sound a bit painful.
Not perfect, but it'll do.
The colors are nice. Very pretty. Oh, I wonder what happens if I put mood lighting on. Alright, I'm gonna keep it on for a bit and see how it goes. It's not exactly the wilderness, but just about everything around here seems cityfied to some extent. Usually when I make a den, I prefer to find a place far from other people. A place where nobody will find me. I doubt I'll find anything perfect, but this is good enough.
It's fine. Can't afford to be picky.
Once the trail I was on is out of sight, I transform again. My neck gets warm as my bead activates, and a few seconds later, I'm on all fours. As a fox, the sensations of nature are much stronger. The earth beneath my paws is cool and refreshing, and the breeze whips through my tails like a massage. I hurry down a hill, covered in grass so tall that it reaches way over my head. I can smell fresh water and follow the scent to a small stream where I'm able to parch my thirst. From vanilla latte to fresh stream water. It's just as satisfying as the drink I got at that cafe, but in a different way. And being able to slurp up water is way more enjoyable than having to use a straw. Or worse, one of those lids with the tiny holes. For a little while, I follow my nose to some berries and some edible plants that'll do for a snack. Unfortunately, unlike the water, foraging is never as satisfying as eating human food. Stream water. Cheers, hateable vermin. If I want a real meal tonight, then I should pick up the pace before it gets too late. Still, I want to get this done now while there's still daylight. I keep close to the stream and search for a place where the ground is soft. Before too long, I find a promising area. A small valley with hills on most sides and thick foliage on the others. I'm still close enough to civilization to hear cars and other city noises, but the area I'm in doesn't seem like it gets visited very often. At the very least, it doesn't really smell like people. The spot that I settle on is a nice mound of earth near the edge of the woods, partially hidden by a tall tree with low-hanging leaves. Even if no one comes by, it makes me feel better knowing that I'll be out of sight. And so, I start to dig. My claws rip away the dirt as I burrow downwards, widening the tunnel just enough for my sleek frame to fit. First, I dig forward and then downwards, widening out an area that's big enough for my whole body to fit. This is something I've been doing my whole life, even back when I was just a regular fox. I think that's why I don't mind it too much. Compared to sleeping inside somewhere, it just feels right to me. Damn, she made like a lot of progress in one evening. It takes a little while, and by the time I'm finally finished, the first few stars have started to peek out from the sky. I shake myself clean of the dirt that sticks to my coat and then transform back into my human form.
Spread this here, a couple of branches here, some leaves there.
The happy body wag. I walk around the valley a bit, checking from different angles.
Not bad for just an afternoon's work.
If you weren't looking for it, I don't think you'd ever notice anything out of place. All that digging has made me work up an appetite, and not the kind that'll be satisfied with just a few berries.
Ugh, I'm so hungry. I haven't had a real meal since yesterday.
My stomach grumbles painfully. I've been so busy since arriving here in Wellington that I kind of forgot just how hungry I was. I'll grab some human food back in town. Casting one last glance at my afternoon's work, I set off towards the city.
Work never ends. Time to get some food!
I'm a bit disappointed when I finally get back to the busy street from before. I was hoping that it would be emptier now and that all of the stores would be closed. Thank you for the head pat, Lula Moon. Thank you. I hope you're having a great evening. Turns out, I was half right. A lot of shops have gone dark for the evening, but there are just as many people walking around now as there were earlier. In fact, there might even be more. The patio Patio, right? Patio, yeah. The patio of a restaurant has a bunch of tables full. A mermaid is sitting in the fountain I sat by earlier, chatting with the Cyclops. Even the cafe that I visited is crowded now, with a line almost out the door. After pacing up and down the road for a while, I sit down and try to figure out what to do next. Again, Paul. But like her tummy, be kinda nice. I'm not too worried about what would happen if I got caught stealing. I'd just escape, obviously. And even if they somehow managed to catch me, it wouldn't be an issue for very long. See, there's something different about me that makes me extra good at being a thief. It's not just the skills I've practiced over the years, like picking locks and sneaking around. No, it's a bit more special than that. Without fail, every single person I meet forgets about me by the next day. Oh, I bet the barista will remember her. I don't know why, but I don't really care either. It's magic. That's all I know about it. Really useful magic. Everywhere I go, no matter how careless I am, all of my problems are solved by the next day. Yay, Mermaid, you're joining us! Thank you for Hydrate Redeem! Cheers! God, it is so tasty. I love it so much. Thank you again for recommending it, Subaru. That doesn't mean there's no danger. I've been caught in the act before and beaten or harassed before I can manage to get away. I've even lost a few prizes that I stole fair and square because I had to get going in a hurry. But if someone sees me but isn't able to stop me, I know that I'll be home free. Sure, they might remember having something stolen, but they'll never know who did it. It almost makes things too easy. Right now, it would be smarter to just come back even later, in the dead of night, and hope that there are no people around. I'd be able to take my time browsing without having to worry about making a quick escape. Where's the fun in that, though? I walk casually up and down the street, glancing into windows without being too obvious about it. Some stores still have customers inside, others have locked their doors and shut off the lights. Most of the restaurants are still open and are only making me hungrier. Salted caramel Baileys. Oh, I love Baileys. It's so good. It's my favorite alcoholic drink. And the pumpkin spice liquor, it is basically Baileys with pumpkin spice. Oh, nice. Everyone is joining me. Yay, let's read cute lesbian animals while getting tipsy. You know, that sounds like a fun room party idea for next Offkai Expo. Stealing from restaurants is a bit much, even for me. Oh, stealing from restaurants is a bit much, even for me though. I've tried it before, but the cluttered kitchens, as well as all the tables and chairs, make it hard to get around. Plus, I've learned the hard way that there are plenty of hot or sharp things for angry cooks to throw at you as you try to make your way out. So here's a pro tip. Turn into the cute fox and just beg. People will give you all kind of table scraps. Can you imagine just a cute fox coming up to you while you're eating? I would like feed the fox my like steak. Apple pie Baileys. That kind of sounds familiar. Did we have that, Callisto? It sounds very familiar. Sounds really good. Instead, packaged and pre-made foods are my best friends. Things that I can grab multiples of at once and stuff into my pockets. If I'm really lucky, I'll find a place with refrigerated sandwiches or salads. Or sometimes perfectly good hot food that gets thrown out. Oh yeah, we have all the room parties ID checked anyways, because, you know, can't have it any other way. We hated it, really, Callisto? Oh no, I don't remember that. I must have compartmentalized that away. You wouldn't believe the kind of stuff that's available if you don't mind sifting through the trash a little bit. It's not ideal, of course, but a hot meal is a hot meal. I know plenty of foxes who've eaten much worse.
Target spotted.
Oh, nice, Subaru. Yeah, we have some actual encouraged and sponsored room parties too, which is, you know, it's really cool. It's perfect. A small convenience store, snacks lined up behind the front window. Even better, the shops on either side of it are closed too, so there's not many other people in the area.
Locked, huh? Not surprising.
I head down a nearby alley and find the back door, which is probably where they bring in new product. The alleyway is dark to begin with, and my dark clothes help me hide even better. I glance around the alley, glad like always for my excellent night vision. Nobody's watching, nobody's even around. I pull my hood up over my ears and tuck my tail between my legs. Leaning against the sturdy door. To anyone not looking closely, I'm sure I appear as nothing more than a shadow. I dig around in my pocket until I find my trusty lockpick, and then set to work on the door. It isn't a complicated lock at all, just a regular keyhole. With a click, the latch springs open just a few short moments later. Infravision 50 meters and lockpicking 20.
Bingo. Huh?
I try to tuck the door towards me, but there's a chain on the inside that keeps it from opening very wide. There's no way a human could fit through the gap, but it would be easy for a fox. First, I slink away for a bit, idling on the nearby street like a regular pedestrian. I wait to see if anyone shows up, just in case I trigger the silent security system. Vermin in her natural fox pocket. After about 10 minutes, I decide it's safe. I transform under cover of darkness in the alley and slip into the building before transforming back. Fox. The shop isn't very big, and the receiving area is just a small hallway with a few boxes of soda and candy bars on the floor. I grab a couple of my favorites and shove them into my pockets. When I creep into the main area, I make sure to stay low on the ground, trying to avoid being seen from the outside. I'm not exactly hidden, but as long as I don't stand up, I shouldn't attract anyone's attention. I move fast, cramming as much into my coat as I can. Cookies, protein bars, popcorn. I'm not very picky. I hope she didn't pick the microwave popcorn. When my coat starts to feel pretty heavy, I grab a plastic bag from behind the counter and transfer some of my loot into there. I also take a few bottles of water and sports drinks from the coolers. Just as I'm about to leave, I spot a few of these coveted plastic-wrapped sandwiches that I was thinking about earlier. Man, I want some conbini sandwiches now. God. That's like one of my favorite parts of Japan. The konbini sandwiches. Like, they were so good and had so much actual, you know, good stuff in it. While here in the US, you have like 2 slices of bread and then a little bit of, you know, the good stuff. While in Japan, it's like the good stuff is so thick, and, you know, it's like the ratio from bread to good stuff is like insane compared to over here. A glass of dreamsicle milk with 2 what's dreamsicle milk? But shots of vodka in it sounds good. Enjoy.
Jackpot!
I fill my bag with sandwiches until it's almost overflowing, and then I head back out the way I came in. Oh, that sounds tasty, Subaru. In total, I was in and out in under 5 minutes, and I've got enough supplies to last me several days. When I step into the alley, I glance around in both directions, making sure no one saw me emerge from the store. I don't see anyone, but my neck prickles as if someone is watching me. I sniff the air, but don't notice anything out of the ordinary. Nothing that wasn't there before. That is very suspicious. Still. Suddenly there's a flap of wings and a bat flutters past me from out of the shadows. It goes right over my head and disappears from sight up the street.
Oh, that's it?
Man, bat, I bet it's gonna be one of the characters later on. I let out the breath I'd been holding and start making my way back towards the mountain where I made my den. I let the bag swing from my arm as I walk, whistling a song I heard earlier. I'm not able to keep a smile off my face.
All in all, not a bad first day. I've got a nice nest, food to spare, and plenty of places to explore tomorrow.
It's gonna rain on you, girl. It's gonna rain on you. There have been plenty of days in my life where I had none of these things. I unwrap one of the sandwiches that I grabbed and take a big bite.
Nothing beats the taste of hard work.
I hope Wellington continues to treat me well while I'm here. It's gonna rain on you. It's gonna rain on you.
So tired. I'm gonna sleep so well tonight.
It's gonna rain on you. I unpack everything that I got from the store, as well as the treasures that I always carry with me. My lockpick, my wallet, a few pretty stones. So yeah, the clothes just do transform into her fox form with everything that's in the pocket, and then they transform back into clothes. Interesting. Oh, interesting, Callisto. That's cool. The only thing that I leave in my jacket is a small scroll.
Can't get that damaged or dirty.
I change back into a fox and then dig another hole near the entrance to my den. This one is much simpler and shallower, and I bury some of the snacks that I stole before covering them back up with dirt.
Not like anyone's gonna come by and swipe my things, but better safe than sorry.
It's gonna rain on you.
I stole this myself, after all. Don't want it being stolen from me.
Yeah, you can kind of see how small she is as a fox, cause you see the pearls when she's a human too, and they look much smaller there, so it's really interesting. Stuff like my pen and my favorite rock go into the burrow with me, since I like having them close by. Once I've got everything where it belongs, I climb into the hole myself, turning a few circles before settling down with my tail wrapped around me. Oh, pretty. From here, I have a perfect view of the stars. I look up at the clear night sky through the mouth of the tunnel. I feel bad for all the people way down on the underworld.
Can they even see the stars from there?
I've never been to the underworld, so I have no idea. I can't imagine falling asleep without them. Comfortable and safe, I close my eyes and quickly slip off to dreamland. I wake up to trouble, or at least a threat. I'm sure it's only morning as I peer out the burrow's entrance, but the sky is already dark and foreboding. I told you, girl! My attention moves from the ominous rain clouds above to the trees outside my den, their branches shaking in the strong breeze.
I can't believe that girl from the cafe was right!
I climb up the tunnel and out into the open, sniffing the air. It just tells me what I already know. A storm is coming, and it's fast. But also, another scent plays on my nose. One so faint that I almost brush it off before taking another smell. Surely I'm wrong. There's no way that... Lowering my snout to the ground, I investigate the area, and then decide that I am right. I change into my human form and look around.
Someone's been here.
The bat. I bet it's the bat that followed her. Yes, someone's definitely been here, but the scent isn't a human's. It's vaguely familiar, but at the same time not like anything I recognize.
And it definitely wasn't here when I went to sleep.
Spoopy. They must have come here in the night and stopped right outside my den.
Were they watching me sleep?
Rude.
Oh, crap!
Oh, I love her face. It's so cute. As a fox, I dive back into my hole to make sure everything is still there. My heart pounds in my chest, but nothing appears to be missing. I also checked the spot where I buried my stash from last night, but that hasn't been disturbed either. I breathe a sigh of relief. If any of my stuff had been stolen, I'd be so mad. But that still doesn't answer the question of what they did want. And that's even more concerning. I'm a pretty light sleeper, and usually the slightest sound or motion will wake me up. So if someone was able to sneak up on me, even I have to be impressed. Impressed and a little bit worried. I've got a more pressing issue right now, though, and I stare up at the sky in disappointment.
I hate the rain.
I would have found a different place to make my nest and hide my supplies if I'd known this would happen. Girl, you've literally been told! Instead, both burrows will probably just be piles of mud by the end of today.
I should have found a place with a roof after all.
All that digging for nothing. I fill my pockets with my most important possessions and some of the food I grabbed last night. Everything else I wrap as tightly in the plastic bags as I can and bury them in my den. Hopefully I can find somewhere fast and then move everything else over before it gets ruined. An abandoned house would be perfect, or some other place where I'd be able to hide. After finishing packing up, I'm just about to get going when a loud flapping sound overhead catches my attention. See, I called it! I expected it to be a bird, but instead, it's yet another bat. This one is even bigger than the one I saw last night. Its wings are way longer and noisier. I can even hear it squeaking something as it flies past. Thank you for the hydrate, Subaru. Cheers. Enjoy your vodka shot, orange milk thingy. Cheers. Oh, so good. I can't get over it. Some people say bats and foxes are similar. I don't see it. I watch it fly around for a little while before it takes off towards the city.
Maybe it knows somewhere to stay. Guess I'll follow it for now.
A couple times it disappears between the trees or just too far ahead, but I always manage to catch back up. Eventually we're out of the woods and back into civilization, where a car whizzes right past me. There's a sidewalk here and other people walking around. Most of them look up to the sky nervously, though, and everyone seems to be in a hurry.
Guess I'm not the only one looking to get away from the rain.
More people seem to be going in the direction I was headed than anywhere else, so I stick to that. By now, my winged guide is almost out of sight again, just a little black speck in the sky flying into the distance. Farther up this road, there's a slope that leads to a big, fancy-looking building. It doesn't look like a shop or a restaurant, at least not one that I've ever seen. But there are so many people going in and out that it has to be open to the public. That's good enough for me. It'll give me somewhere dry to spend some time, and maybe I can learn something useful. Plus, places like this usually have plenty of valuables inside. If I'm lucky, I might be able to find something to fund my next few days. After all, the bigger the target, the less likely they are to notice something's missing. The sturdy oak door isn't as heavy as it looks, a firm push being enough to heave it open. Gingerly stepping inside and out of the rain, I'm greeted by books. Lots of books. Books on shelves, books on tables, books on the floor, books everywhere. The place even smells of musty old paper, and the dozen or so people inside are mostly leafing through pages in the aisles. The odd silence about the building is striking, given how many are around. Subaru, learn how to read, speedrun any percent. Yeah, she's like completely illiterate, right? So it doesn't look like a shop, so I assume this must be a library. I've heard of them, but I've never been in one. No point, since I can't read and all. But it's warm and cozy and very dry, so it'll do just fine. There's a desk near the entrance with a computer on it that I assume would be where I check in. It's unattended, which is good for me. I take a seat in an empty chair nearby and sit back, just to observe for a bit. There are plenty of people, but it's not too busy. Lots of empty, unwatched space. Most folks seem to be here alone, or in small groups that keep to themselves. There's not much conversation going on, and what there is all whispered. Nobody gives me a second glance, which is a good sign. It means I'm probably not breaking any rules just by being here. Behind the desk, there's a hallway leading deeper into the building, and I peek around the corner to see what's back there. All I can see are some shut doors and at the very back, a staircase. After glancing around to make sure no one's watching, I sneak down the hall and try a couple of the doors. All of them are locked. I could probably pick them if I wanted to. No sense trying to do that now, though. Is there anything more valuable around? An antique clock or vase would be perfect. What are you gonna do with an antique clock? An antique vase. Where are you gonna sell that, girl? Hateable vermin, could you imagine? Sadly, it's almost all books. Books and small trinkets that look pretty worthless. Not even worth the trouble of stealing. At least it's got a roof. I do spot a couple promising items, like a set of old coins, and memorize their locations. I wander back to the main area where I came in. Outside it hasn't started raining yet, but it's only a matter of time. The wind is loud and gusty, and even opening the door is enough to make me shiver. If nothing else, I can probably wait out the rain here, but my poor abandoned snacks back at the den. What a waste. Can't do anything about it now though. I should keep looking around. I move slowly through the area, never going beyond what seems to be the public area. I pretend to inspect a few books, taking them off the shelves and flipping through the pages. I'm just imagining she's like holding the books upside down and like everyone's just like looking at her. I pretend to inspect a few books, taking them off the shelves and flipping through the pages. But I'm actually mapping out the place in my head. Doors, windows, and potential places to hide. Things like that. Most of the time this kind of info is unnecessary. It's been at least a few decades since I've had to make a dramatic escape from anywhere. At this point, plotting an escape route is just a habit. Overall, I like what I'm seeing. Even with the locked doors and off-limit hallways, there are a lot of nooks and crannies that would make a good hiding spot, especially as a fox. Well, it sounds like really, really, really old, like ancient. Cause like, yeah, the opening where she met the traveler as while she was still a regular fox, like the clothing style and stuff looked like very, very old-timey. From the thick dust that coats a lot of these areas, I can tell they don't get a whole lot of visitors. If I'm careful, I might be able to go a whole week or more without being noticed. As long as I can get in and out of the building easily, that is. And with the huge windows that line the back wall, that seems easy enough too. I weave around a couple shelves that are taller than I am, heading for the far back corner. I peer around the corner of the last aisle just to make sure I'm alone. Alone? But I'm not. Who are you? You're pretty. At a small table by the window sits a woman with a small book in her hand, resting against her fingers. She's perfectly still, but mouths the words on the page as she reads, like she's tasting them instead of just seeing them. Her expression has that distant look of someone way off in their own world, far away from this one. She looks so at peace that I think she must belong in that other world. She's beautiful and elegant in the same way as a painting, with the light from the window shining on her like a display. I duck back behind the bookshelf, pressing one hand to my racing heart. My other bumps against one of the books on the shelf, and it falls with a dusty thump. Hey Zoe! Also, ow! Cursing my clumsiness, I silently back away in case she decides to investigate. But she doesn't leave her chair.
I suppose it's nothing.
She turns and gazes out the open window. At what? I don't know. A moment later, she returns to her book and leaves this world again. I stay hidden, my face still burning a little bit, Yes, I think this will be the perfect place to spend some time. She saw a beautiful girl and feels at home now. Suddenly, there's a much louder boom than the one I caused, as thunder rumbles outside. A few people around the library startle at the sound and look around. I like her clothes, like her fashion sense, her style. It's really pretty, really elegant. Like the bows and the frills. Ah, it's so cute. It's really pretty. Thank you for the hydrate, Genford. Subaru, cheers! And everyone else who's joining me on drinking, cheers! So good. Yeah, Zoe, agreed. Second shot for you again, Ford. Nice. Yeah, I'm starting to feel it a little. I don't know how much this has. Where does it say? Let me look at the bottle. It doesn't say. Oh. 29. Okay. It says 14.75% alcohol, 29.5 proof. I have no idea what that means. but I'm feeling it a little. Sighing, the girl in the chair pulls the window beside her closed. The first drops of rain falling not a minute later. I'll investigate the windows later. Right now, I don't want to bother her. So I head back to one of the plush chairs on the other side of the library and take a seat. Okay, Subaru, what does that mean? No, cause the alcohol percent, that's like, right, how strong it is? Like beer has like what, 4 or 5% or something, or 6? I don't know. I don't know alcohol. I could be here a while, depending on how long the rain lasts, so I may as well get comfy. Imagine being stuck in a library and not knowing how to read. Like, how do you even pass time? Hey, hardcore till die. Oh, really? Well, I wouldn't know. I don't drink much alcohol, so I don't know what's normal for beer. Again, font. That might be difficult too, not being able to read. I find a few books that have more pictures than words and curl up in one of the soft chairs to flip through them. Hey, look, Zoe, you called it. There aren't as many of those ones, and I go through the stack pretty fast. It takes long enough for the rain to start, though. The like ambient sound of the rain, it is very, very pretty. Okay, so this is a lighter liquor than Hateable Vermin. 14.75. Interesting. The longer I read, the louder the pounding of the rain and the howling of the wind become. It is really comfy, the like sound in my headphones. I love it. Guess it's not letting up anytime soon. I can't complain though. This library is pretty cozy by my usual standards. Nico. I can't complain though. This library is pretty cozy by my usual standards. It's warm and safe and nobody tells me to go away. I even have snacks. More than once I get up and walk around the library again, even though I've got most of it memorized by now. I take note of things like a child's stuffed toy that's lying on the floor in one section, or the thin blanket that's stuffed between the bookshelf and the wall. On my third or fourth trip round, I finally find something I'd been looking for. She is so bored. I feel so bad for her. Ooh, pretty. In one of the four corners, totally opposite from where I saw the reading girl earlier, there's a single chair and small table. On the wall nearby is a portrait. The painting itself is of a girl with light brown hair, but I barely pay any attention to that. What I'm interested in is the frame. It's lovely. It looks like it might be made out of gold. It certainly shines like it. It's carved intricately into the shape of waves, flowing up and down. It's gonna be worth something. Girl, who would buy this very obviously unique frame that you stole in the library? How are you even gonna bring it to like a fence? How would you even find a fence? You've never been in this town. I have so many questions. I pretend to not pay much attention to it as I make my way back to my table. There are too many other people around for me to be able to try to sneak it out. It's too big to fit under my jacket without being obvious. That just means I'll have to come back some other time. Maybe once this place is closed. Oh wow, Vermin, that sounds like a lot. The hours pass by and the storm continues. I'm kind of disappointed about losing a whole day, especially so soon after arriving, but it's not like I'm in any sort of a hurry. Kleptomania simulator, that's kind of how it feels like, huh? I pat one of my pockets, feeling the familiar and reassuring weight of the paper scroll that's tucked away there. That scroll is the only thing close to a purpose that I have, and it's not particularly urgent, or at least I don't have any way to deal with it faster. I spend a long time reading. It's almost afternoon when I go and check the windows again, but the rough weather outside continues. At this rate, I'll be sleeping in a puddle of mud tonight. Unless... Yeah, I'm so curious what's in the scroll. Like, she can't read, right? So does she know what's in the scroll? A quick check shows that a lot of the other library patrons have left. It's not empty, but it's not nearly as full as earlier. Yes, some of them decided it was worth braving the rain. Looking as nonchalant as I can, I get up from my seat and pretend to browse again, slowly moving through the shelves. The reading girl is gone now, although she's not what I was looking for. Instead, I pick up the drop toy and blanket that I spotted earlier, and then head to one of the out-of-the-way hiding spots I picked out before. It's on the floor, between a shelf and the wall, but has a bit of carpet to help make it softer. Even better, it's between two corner shelves, meaning that it's practically out of sight if you're not looking for it. I wriggle my way between the furniture and lie down. Using the toy as a pillow and draping the blanket over me, I toss and turn a few times before finally settling down.
Yep, not bad at all.
Even though I haven't done much today, I'm always down to take a nap. I can pass a few hours by sleeping, wake up once it's dark, and then grab that picture frame and be on my way. You know, growing up, I always had this fantasy of like hiding in a department store or in a mall until it's night and then just explore at night. I'll have to rebuild my den once I get back, but that's a problem for future me. She's like me, for real, for real. Oh, SCP-3008. I assume that's the IKEA one, huh? Yeah, I don't wanna get stuck there. I yawn, staring up that SCP, it like every time I enter an IKEA now, I get a little uneasy. Just it's really interesting. It's really Subaru interesting. That's so cool. I yawn, staring up at the ceiling until my eyes get heavy.
Maybe today won't be a total waste after all.
I hydrated a little, so everyone who's hydrating with me, take a shot. The soft sound of cloth rustling wakes me from a dreamless sleep. How did someone sneak up on me twice now? I don't know how long it's been. The sky outside has darkened significantly, and now stars twinkle outside the window. Who are you? There's no time to react as the sound comes closer. I hear no footsteps, but suddenly a woman steps into view. Her clothes are pure white, making her stand out like a ghost in the dark library. Her cape rustles again as she reaches towards one of the shelves. Oh, so you were just under like the clothes there, Subaru? That's a really good hiding spot. One of the shelves I'm hiding behind, to be precise. Gingerly, she moves 2 books to the side and then slides another book into the space she created. She handles them like precious treasures that might break if she's too rough. Oh, she's the librarian, huh? I stay perfectly still, afraid to even breathe in case she notices me. My heart beats wildly as she slowly and deliberately looks over the shelf. Every time she meets a girl, her heart starts beating. She's a little gay, huh? Examining their titles before taking a book from the second lowest row. Through the gap she creates in the shelves, our eyes meet in the darkness. Oh no. I tense up as she steps around the shelving between us to get a better look at me, preparing myself to leap away if the need arises. The carefully memorized layout of the library flashes through my mind as I frantically plot the best way to flee. Excuse me. I mean, it's pretty elegant library attire, right? Very elegant. I love it. Even as I prepare my escape, I can see her taking in everything about me. The stolen blanket, the makeshift pillow, my generally disheveled appearance. She opens her mouth, and I brace myself for the verbal attack that's sure to come.
Hello there.
How smooth! Holy shit! Nice. Oh, Super Phoenix Wright. It's funny. I want to play Phoenix Wright on stream too. I only ever played the very first one, and even there, I didn't finish it. So I think that would be a lot of fun. Sorry, nice.
May I ask why you're sleeping on the floor?
Oh, I like her voice. It's very nice. It's very good. It doesn't matter what I say. Just distract her enough to get away.
I don't have anywhere else to sleep.
Oh, that's so pathetic, Miho.
I thought so.
She leans down and offers me a hand. I look at it warily. I don't take it, but I slowly stand, letting the blanket fall to my feet and trying to suddenly get in position to run.
Well, I have an extra room on the second floor that you're welcome to borrow, if you'd prefer that.
She's so nice.
Otherwise, you're more than welcome to remain here, on the ground. I Apologize for waking you.
Oh, she's so kind. I love her. She's so smooth. Like, she goes down like the pumpkin spice cream. Like, with a smile, the oddly calm woman steps away and busies herself organizing another row of books. She probably expects me to let my guard down and take her offer. I'm just a stranger, someone who broke into her library. There's no reason for her to treat me kindly. My years of experience, and there are plenty of those, tell me it's a trap.
Thanks, but no thanks. I'll just be going, actually. Sorry to bother you like this.
No. Cheesy, what is even that emote? How did you even get that emote? What the hell? What is that emote? I can't use it. Oh, did you do the new channel reward thingy? So cool. That's cool, Cheesy. I got successfully bonked. I hurry past her, shoulders tense as I expect her to grab me or try to stop me. She doesn't, though. The one time I glance back, she's watching me with a strange expression that I don't recognize. When I get outside and away from the library, I breathe a sigh of relief.
Whew, that was close. I'm not falling for that one again.
Again? What happened in the past? The last time I let someone feel sorry for me and accepted a place to stay, I woke up to them trying to empty my wallet. I may be a thief, but at least I do it honestly. I wouldn't try to trick someone like that. That wasn't the first time someone tried to fool me and take advantage of me either.
Still, it's a shame to lose such a nice hiding place. Maybe I'll give it a couple of days for that woman to forget about me, and then try again. If she wasn't lying about there being an empty room on the second floor, then maybe I could sneak into there.
Clever. Tonight, though, I'm on my own. Shivering, I wrap my coat and tail tightly around myself as I think about what to do next. The rain has stopped, although it's still cold and cloudy. My stomach grumbles, since I haven't eaten anything other than snacks all day.
Blech.
Blech indeed, my girl. Blech indeed. I may as well get it over with and go check on the status of my den.
Well, it could be worse.
It's not as bad as I expected, which is a pleasant surprise.
What's the little mine? It'll be just fine.
You could be sleeping in a nice library room right now. I swap to my fox form to prod around. The entrance has caved in a little, but after I scoop that out, I find that the rest of the tunnels and the main room are relatively intact. Old as hell, but intact. Seems the trees protected the den from a lot of the rain. It takes me a while to find the spot where I buried my stash, since the stick I used to mark the spot got washed away. Eventually I locate it though, and start digging. The cold mud makes my paws sturdy and sore, and little flecks cover my fur. After I finally reach the soggy plastic bags, I shake myself clean before opening them as a human. Some water has seeped through, and I open the spoiled items before tossing them away. I'm not too picky, but I have plenty of other snacks to choose from.
Eat up, birdies.
A few of them swooped down to inspect the offering. I scarfed down a quick meal of cookies and unwarmed soup, along with some cold water from the stream. At least the water is satisfying. Then, even though I just woke up from a nap not too long ago, I shift back into my fox form to crawl into my den and curl up. I'm sure it'll be a while before I fall asleep, but I don't feel like going back into town. I've had enough excitement for one day. This isn't all that bad. Regular foxes without magic powers have it way worse than I do. Although, back when a fox was all I was, I wouldn't have really cared. To this day, I'm not sure what is that makes me different. I used to be just like them. No desires to go beyond the forest or anything, and then one day I became whatever I am now. All I had was my necklace, a small scroll that I can't read, and the memory of the person who had given it to me. They were so kind to me, that stranger in the forest. They wished me well, even though I was just an ordinary fox. Somehow, that didn't seem to matter to them. I never even knew their name, just their face and their voice. It's the lesbianism. It's magic. Oh, and they all make me want to play Phoenix right now. But I know that I'll recognize them when I see them again. It's just a matter of finding them. I mean, you've been alive for a long time. It's kind of wishful thinking to assume they are still alive. So since then, I've been looking and surviving. Looking for them is what keeps me going. It's enough to live for. If I wasn't, I don't know what else I'd be doing. Yay, thank you for the hydrate! The bus continues indeed. Cheers, everyone, to a comfy Tuesday evening. It is Tuesday, right? Yeah. My job out of town kinda messed up my sense of day of the week. Anyways, cheers! So tasty. I'll never get over how tasty it is. Every sip is like a little bit of warmth, you know? Every sip is a small hug. I guess I'd just be surviving, but if that was the only thing, I think I'd rather have just stayed a fox. Standing outside my den in human form, I take stock of how things stand. The sun's thankfully out this morning, but everything remains damp, from the ground to the muggy air itself. The chill on the breeze is the worst, making me shiver every time it hits me. The bell house was pleasant when I visited a couple of days ago, so I decide to head down towards the main street and get a coffee there while working out my next moves. Get fall, nice. Okay, I kind of like the mood lighting, it's kind of pretty. Coming to the door of the cafe, I pause and wipe my feet on the mat outside. The human fascination with surrounding themselves in concrete makes a little more sense as I work the mud off my feet. With that, I finally head inside, only to stop in my tracks as the door shuts behind me. It's her! Standing behind the counter is the same girl who I saw reading in the library yesterday, talking with a customer as she takes their order. That gentle aura about her is unmistakable. The person in front of me finishes their order and I step up to the counter.
Good morning. Welcome to the Bell House.
She is so posh.
What can I make for you today?
Oh, hi. I'll have...
A vanilla latte? No, that's boring.
What do you recommend? I want to try something new.
Oh, that's cute.
I'm glad you asked.
Asked. Oh, she's so posh.
I was just thinking that you look like the sort of person who would enjoy one of our Fairy Kiss chillers.
Fairy Kiss chillers.
It's one of our signature drinks, with a vanilla gelato base and a mint chocolate chip swirl.
That sounds tasty. I want to go to like a really nice, cute, romantic cafe now. Aww. I was planning to get something warm, but that does sound pretty good.
Okay. Give me one of those then.
Perfect. And could I get your name, please?
It's Miho.
She scribbles something onto a cup and finishes it with a big flourish.
I'll have that right out for you.
Thanks.
Yes, take me out to a nice coffee. Please. Date. I pay and then go take the same seat as before, next to one of the windows. It's pretty empty in here again, so I can sit wherever I want. Before the barista starts making my drink, I spot her writing something else down in a little notebook. Oh yeah, you know, since people forget about her after a day, what happens to people making notes? What happens to people writing about her? Do the notes disappear? What happens to people taking pictures of her? Do they disappear? Interesting. Oh, she robbed someone, and she started her journey with $15. She already used 5 the first day, and now she just used another 5, so she has $5 left. It's stolen kisses, nice. Annies? Is that how we call it? Annies? Yeah, that's what I'm imagining too, Subaru. Also, that was an incredibly wild story. I think about that a lot. That's what I'm thinking too, you see the note and you're like, why did I write that, or something like that, but how would photos work, She glances my way once or twice while she does, but I pretend not to notice. I wonder what it is. The barista yesterday didn't write anything down. Anyway, I've got more important things on my mind. I mull over the plan, which formed as I walked here, becoming increasingly happy with it. Tonight, I've already decided I'm going to sneak back into that library. Between that picture frame and some of the other trinkets I saw, I should be able to pilfer enough to fund my next few days in Wellington. Finding somewhere to sell it should be the easy part. How? Girl, how? I've got a dozen excuses that I can recite about where the items came from. Dead grandma, spring cleaning, new renovations. Sometimes I try extra hard and pretend that the things I'm selling are really special to me and earn a bit more cash that way. Sometimes I just take whatever they give me. After years of watching other humans do it and trying it out myself, I've gotten good at pawning items off. Oh, okay, alright, I guess she knows what she's talking about. I find myself idly watching the barista make my drink. While I do, I practice a disarming smile. All of her movements are quick and practiced, but she has that same faraway look in her eyes that I noticed yesterday. She looks up and our eyes meet. I don't look away, and she turns pink before ducking away behind a machine, out of sight.
Huh. Weird girl.
Hateable Mormon. Okay, so maybe it's not that unusual if people who write notes about her forget she exists. Wow, Twitter was like flagging your message, Zoe. And now apparently gay is allowed to be said in my stream. I turn my head around to look around the cafe and a butterfly outside catches my attention, so I watch that instead. It flutters back and forth, landing on a flower and resting its wings.
Mio!
Oh, my coffee is ready. I quickly get up and skip over to the counter. Cup in hand, she starts to head over to give it to me. But then, several things happen at once. One of the little tassels on the pocket of her apron catches on one of the drawers behind the counter, and she jerks to a stop, eyes wide with surprise. And my drink tumbles out of her hand, landing on the counter with a wet gloop sound as the ice cream splats against it, sending mint green rivers of coffee everywhere. Look at her, she looks so disappointed. Oh no. A few seconds pass where we just look at each other, neither of us quite sure what to do. And then she takes a deep breath.
I am so sorry. I'll make you a replacement right away. Just give me 1 second and I'll have that ready for you.
Her words spill out faster than the beverage, making it hard to even understand what she's saying. Oh, I love that. That's some cute writing. Her words spill out faster than the beverage. That's really cute. Her face is bright red as she spins back around and grabs another empty cup. So would you classify that as a meet cute? Then she stops, hands hovering awkwardly.
Wait, I should clean this up before it dries and starts to go bad.
Oh, she's a little unhinged, is she? That's cute. She has like a little bit of Twilight edge to her, you know, like when Twilight goes crazy. She hurries back to the mess, wiping at it with some napkins. She mops up as much of it as she can with one hand, then leaves the soaky paper on the counter while she starts to remake my drink.
I'm really sorry. This is such an embarrassment.
She's kind of cute. I usually don't like the push girls too much, but the fact that she gets flustered is good stuff. Good stuff. I don't even know if she's talking to me or to herself. I freeze up for a second, looking for an appropriate response to an apology. I'm not used to people apologizing to me.
Oh, it's fine. I'm not in a hurry.
Instead, I just sit back down at one of the tables and watch. She makes the drink twice as fast and then carries it very slowly to the counter, setting it down in a clean spot. This time she takes a deep breath before speaking, like she's afraid she's going to mess that up too.
All right, here's your drink. Again, I'm very sorry.
Yeah, she's so cute.
This is your first time here, isn't it? I hope it doesn't leave a bad impression.
Thank you for the hydrate redeem, Genpot. Cheers to you. So creamy. So good. I'm drinking mine in a girls band party Bang Dream cup. One that I got in Los Angeles while they did the exclusive cafe in 2020, and like the pandemic had me so messed up. When they announced the cafe, I was like, I need to go. I don't care. I need to take a road trip down to LA, like the 7 or 8 hours it is, just so I can get some exclusive anime girl merch. And yeah, now the cup is being put to good use. Oh, that's cool, Subaru. I love the glasses from My Little Ties. He does such amazing work. Big fan. Yeah, I have like an Applejack glass. Not a shot glass, but like pretty big glass. It's like a mug, but it's a glass, you know. A glass mug, I guess. But I don't know where it is. I haven't seen it in a long, long time. Oh well.
Second, actually. Yesterday was the first time. How'd you know?
Wasn't the day before yesterday? That's right. She went here the first day. Then she went to build the den. Then, then the next day she spent all the day in the library, and now it's the day after.
I make an effort to remember as many of our customers as I can, as well as their favorite orders. I believe you can learn a lot about a person from how they drink their coffee.
Well, that's too bad for her, because she won't remember me at all next time. I take a big sip of the drink she made for me. It's creamy and rich and sweet all at the same time. Hey, that sounds exactly like the pumpkin spice liquor.
Whoa, this is really good!
I love her expression so much.
It's kind of like a milkshake, but not. But it's not like coffee either.
Yes, exactly. I'm very glad that you like it. It's one of my favorite beverages that we serve. In fact, the recipe was my idea.
Whoa! They should put you in charge of all the recipes.
She smiles again. Seems like she's gotten over the crisis of the spilled drink already.
Thank you. I'll make you another one of my favorites next time, if you'd like.
Totally!
At least I'll know what to order next time, even though I'll have been forgotten. I'm already thinking of this place as my go-to coffee shop, especially since it's in a convenient area. With tasty drinks and cute baristas, I don't have a reason to go anywhere else. Cute baristas, huh? A knocking sound from the employee area gets both our attention.
Hey, Aspen, can you set another batch of croissants?
Croissants. I want croissants. I love croissants.
Oh, sure. I'll be right there.
So her name is Aspen. Interesting. She calls back over her shoulder and then looks back at me briefly.
Have a nice day, Miho.
Oh, she used my name. Oh.
You too.
With a wave, she gathers the trash from the cleanup and throws that away before disappearing into the back. So, her name is Aspen. That's a pretty name. I'll have to try and remember that. Getting up from my seat, I decide to head back outside for some fresh air, sipping my fairy kiss chiller as I go. I head out the door and onto the increasingly busy main street. I already know my plans for tonight, but I've still got some time to kill before then. What should I do? Oh yeah, again, thought I know. Just after I immigrated to the States, my wife took me to Costco, and I saw those like that huge box of croissants. And I was like, oh my god. Because, you know, I wasn't the biggest fan of American bakery items. Like, no offense to any Americans, but you all kind of suck at baking things. Like, you know, in Europe, when we talk about bread, we talk about nice loaf of breads, like with a nice crust and fluffy, light inner stuff. But when you guys talk about bread, you have like some sad sliced toast that's like being stored in the fridge for some godforsaken reason. So yeah, let's just say my impression of American bakery items was very, very low. But then at Costco, this big bookstore that has like so many items for cheap, they had actual real croissants. And I was like, oh my god. I was so happy. I bought them. I took them home. I like ate one. I was so happy. And I just had the others, you know, stored on the kitchen counter. And that's the day I learned that my wife's cat likes to eat bread. Because literally, the next day, like, all of the croissants had, like, bites taken out of them. Like, he tore open the packaging. He just, like, took a small bite out of all of them. And, like, I was like, okay, now I gotta go buy more croissants. But, yeah, that I very fondly remember that. Alright, so I guess it's time to save because we can make a decision. Oh, I can do an actual save. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Tired and uneasy, Miho heads to the cafe for a fresh start of the day. Alright, we can do Oriental Bay, where we can, like, whatever that is, Mount Victoria. Oh, that's where we have our den. We can go to the actual den. We can go to Cuba Street. That's where we are, I assume. Alright, so it sounds like we can talk to someone new here and here. Yeah, he licked them. He just licked the croissants until they, like, you know, had these spots missing and yeah. My phone is going crazy. Give me a second. Who is, like, sending me hundreds of notifications? Oh, okay. Alright, thank you for waiting, everyone. My name is Kat. I lick the bread. Yeah, seriously though. Alright, where do we want to go? Oriental Bay or Mount Victoria? I cannot go back to Mount Victoria, only because it looks like a hat, and hats are cute. I have plenty of time to kill and also plenty of restless energy. I decide to go for a walk up Mount Victoria, just to give myself something to do. I take the long way up this time, instead of taking a bunch of shortcuts like usual. It winds through neighborhoods and then back out again, with only the occasional car passing by on the street. Compared to some of the other cities I've been in lately, the air here is a lot cleaner and the smell of nature shines through. I can't compare to being out in the wild for real, of course, but it is nice to not be choking on exhaust fumes everywhere I go. The houses are weird, though. Many of them sit up on tall legs like giant bugs with windows for eyes. Oh no! Sleep well, Genford. Thank you for joining me and enjoy work tomorrow. I hope you have a great day tomorrow. More people seem to be coming down the mountain than going up it. Lots of them zip past on bikes or skateboards while others are jogging or just walking.
This path is longer than I thought.
My mood lighting is pretty strong in the reds, huh? Let me just check something real quick. Because it didn't do that when it was less red. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. I wonder why that is. Red input value is at 1.5. Green is at 1.52. And blue at 1.52. Why is the red showing more strong? Oh, Jesus. This is a bit better, huh? Guess I'm gonna put it to 130. Literally don't see a difference. Okay, this is a bit better. Alright, this looks a bit better. Alright, I think this should be better. Alright, about halfway up or so, there's a wooden bench just off the sidewalk. It's occupied by a man with dark hair and big sunglasses. As I'm about to pass by, he waves.
Well, hello, miss. Nice evening for a walk, eh?
Yay. So if I would have known that he's a guy, I wouldn't have chosen this option. Huh? Is he talking to me? He must be, because there's no one else nearby. Chatting's usually not my thing, but for the moment I appreciate the distraction. Girl, you literally just chatted up a barista for like half an hour. Hey Brett, good seeing you. I hope you're doing good.
It sure is. I'm glad the rain's gone.
Oh, for now, yeah. It's never gone for long, though, is it?
That's so. I'm new here. I didn't even think it would rain since it was so sunny the day before.
The barista literally told you it will rain. You should have listened to her, girl.
Ho, you've got to watch out for that around here. Mother Nature's real fickle these days. 1 minute you're on the pier, enjoying the sunshine. Next minute, whoosh!
He makes a whoosh sound with his breath and a wavy motion with his hand.
Storm clouds, as far as the eye can see. That's just welly for you, though. You live with the sunshine and the clouds.
Really? They call it welly for short? No, that's so wrong. That's like calling San Francisco San Fran.
Where are you from, then? Guessing you're not a Kiwi?
Nah, I'm a fox, not a bird.
Nice. Oh, really, Subaru? Interesting. The man laughs, a deep belly laugh. Like usual, I'm not sure what I said that was funny.
Not like that. Although those little guys are cute. Kiwi is a word for us New Zealanders in general.
Oh, sir. All right. Let me try that. That's gonna be interesting.
So it's a bird, a fruit, and people.
You've got it. All three are delightful.
Ich habe noch nie einen Kiwi gesehen. Ich mag die Frucht, aber ich habe noch nie den Vogel gesehen. Ich habe einen kleinen Plüschvogel, einen kleinen Plüschkiwi.
Anyway, welcome to Wellington. I hope you're enjoying your time here in our little city.
So far I am. I made my den here on the mountain. I've gotten coffee a few times, and I went to the library.
Okay, Hilfe. Das ist so schwer. Das ist so schwer, oh Mann. Vorsichtiger nein, nicht vorsichtig. Wow, es ist schwer, conveniently zu übersetzen. Lass mich nachdenken. Ich lasse meine Pläne für das nächste Mal, dass ich in die... Oh Mann, das ist so schwer. Sehr. Ich hasse dich ein bisschen. Oh nein. Ich werde ein bisschen editorialisieren. Ich erzähle ihm nicht, was meine Pläne für den nächsten Besuch in der Library sind. Library? Was ist Library in Deutsch? Nicht Buchhandlung. Wow, mein Deutsch ist so schlecht. Bibliothek, ja, danke Zoe. Danke. Ja, ich weiß auch nicht, wieso sie ihm über den Bau erzählt.
Well, I can't say that's the usual tourist experience, but I'm happy to hear that it's working out for you. Staying long?
Probably. I decided to come live here, but I'm still getting to know the place. So, maybe I'll change my mind.
A true free spirit, eh? I felt the same way when I first got here, long time ago.
Ist auch ein Immigrant. Interessant.
Didn't think I settled down for life, but here I am now. Lived more years here than everywhere else in my life.
Ich bald mit Amerika.
It can't be that long. You don't look very old for a human.
Mädchen, sei nett.
No? Well, that's my ego boost for the day. You don't look very old for a fox either, but I imagine you've got a good head start on me.
That's true. I don't really keep track or think about it, though.
Das muss nett sein. Ich bin ein bisschen jealous. Er lacht wieder.
Can't say I blame you there. I think 100 years, give or take a little on either side, is enough for me. And I'm only halfway there, so I've got plenty more to look forward to.
Er steht auf, aber er muss es langsam machen.
And sometimes I'm reminded of how many I've got under my belt already. Thank you for the chat, miss. I better get back to the water now and make sure young Min hasn't fallen into the ocean or anything. It's been a real pleasure talking with you, though. I hope you'll give our fair town a shot.
Thanks. It was nice talking to you too.
Und für einmal meine ich das wirklich. Waves. Oh Mann, mein Deutsch ist so schlecht. Er winkt auf Wiedersehen, als er die Steintreppe heruntergeht und ich mache meinen Weg aufwärts. Ich mache mir meinen Weg aufwärts. Yay, finally! Oh my god, my German is so bad. I am so sorry for any and all German understanding people here. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It's called Please Be Happy, Bread. It's a Yuri visual novel. She's like a fox that can transform into humans. I've never really thought about my age compared to humans. Humans don't matter to my lifestyle. I wasn't lying when I said I don't know how old I am. It's never been important. Places, relationships, memories, they just tie people down. I want to be everywhere. When I reach the top of the mountain, I take a deep breath of the crisp air. Wind blows my hair in every direction and I can't keep it out of my face. The wind is wild and goes where it wants. It doesn't answer to anyone. That's how I've lived my life too. A free spirit. That's what the man called me. I like the sound of it. I can see the smudges of a few people down by the beach and on the pier. Is one of them the man I just met? There's no way to know. From up here, they're just tiny little blips. Impossible to tell apart from each other. Once I've had my fill of the view, it's time to get on the way again. I turn my back on the people and start making my way down once more. Alright. Oh, we still have time to go to Oriental Bay. Nice. It's not far from where I am to the beach, so I decide to head down there. Passing through the city streets, I recognize some of this area from my first day here, when I was running from the Skyport guard.
Glad that guard chased me in this direction, or I'd have never found the Bell House.
And really, that's been the highlight of Valley that far. I'm gonna call it Valley 2 now, okay? When I get down to the beach, I take a moment to enjoy the salty sea air. From this level, it's impossible to tell where the ocean ends and where the open sky begins. I can see the Skyport from where I am, with a few older ships anchored in the harbor close by. Oh. How come like all the girls thus far had like short hair? Where are my long-haired women at, game? While I'm admiring the view, a worried-looking lady comes up and waves for my attention.
Hi, I'm looking for my son. He's about this tall and wearing a red sweater. His name's Tommy. Have you seen him?
Nope. I haven't seen anyone like that. I just got here.
Okay, thanks.
Very helpful. He walks away in a hurry, looking right and left as she goes to ask someone else.
Humans sure do have it rough.
Yeah, tell me about it, girl. Since they can't smell or even hear most things, it's a wonder they don't get lost more often. Thank you for the hydrate redeem, Subaru. Cheers to you too. Everyone who's still drinking with me, Prost. Still as creamy and tasty as the first sip. I can definitely feel it now though. I don't know if it's noticeable that I'm a bit tipsy, but yeah. I amble along the waterfront, watching all the people as I go. Like Cuba Street, there's a lot going on. Under a nearby bridge, a group of 3 mermaids are racing each other. Close to the bridge are a bunch of people fishing, with a stressed-looking guy running back and forth between them. Next to a boarded-up market stall and some big crates, I notice something weird. What are you? There's a fabled with a big flower on their head that spins like a propeller. They're using it to drift in a small circle above something near the crates. Did they find the missing human? I have to check it out, of course. Nobody else pays any attention. I wander over and take a look. The Feybolt stops spinning as I approach and gives me a helpless look, but doesn't say anything. It is the human. On the other side of the crates, out of sight from the path, there's a little boy sitting on the ground with his back to one of the wooden boxes.
Are you Tommy?
Oh, Jesus! You startled him. The kid jumps, totally surprised. Oops! He scrambles up and looks at me with wide eyes.
How'd you know? Your mom's looking for you. She seemed pretty worried.
You know, I really like the art style, the whole, like, you can see it very well on his mouth. Like, the line art, it's very sketchy. It's like almost like a chalk brush. It's really pretty, I like it a lot. His expression goes from surprise to sullen real quick.
I don't care. I don't want to go with her. Why not? Why are you over here instead? 'Cause I'm hiding.
Not doing a very good job.
Oh. Okay.
Yes, so that was like my question initially too, but yeah, there's been other not human things that everyone is like treating as normal, but I can't tell if people are aware they exist or if it's just something Miho sees, you know? Like, but no, he actually, yeah, because like he actually addressed the fact that she's a fox and knew and wasn't surprised about the age difference. So yeah, I think this confirms that the other creatures she sees are actually real and exist for the other humans to see them too. Yeah, it's like, it's interesting world building because it's actual New Zealand. And yeah, like the way the game started, it seemed like very, like she's the only one, but then she makes like these little comments about the mermaids and a cyclops, and at the very first barista in the cafe she met was like a type of bird. So yeah, so there's just non-human creatures, but what I don't know yet is because she can transform into a fox and back, which seems special, which seems that no one else can do. But she also commented on the fact that she was a normal fox at one time and isn't anymore, and she doesn't know why she can like shapeshift now. So yeah, I don't know, I'm curious. I guess we're gonna find out more. It's a pretty crummy hiding spot. I mean, it's totally open on 3 sides. I don't say that though. Instead, I look up at the Feybolt floating overhead. It looks almost as glum as Tommy.
Who's that?
She asked, accusatory.
That's Jerby! You mean you can see him?
Alright, so she can see Feybolt.
I can. Is that weird? Mom and Dad can't see him. They think I'm just making him up. He doesn't talk, but he's real.
See, interesting. There's like, you know, I can't quite tell yet how that word works. Yep, very interesting, very interesting. So what about the mermaids though? And because okay, I don't think you were there for that story, but she has like a curse where humans forget she exists after a day. So maybe that's how all the mythical beings work, kinda? That humans just forget they are there? But like his parents cannot see that thing at all. I don't know, it's so interesting, I'm so curious.
He kinda gave away your hiding spot. I saw him from the road.
Mom can't see him, and that's all that matters.
Why are you hiding from her?
'Cause...
Good reason, kid. Good reason. Tommy sits back down and scratches at the dirt with a rock. Guess he doesn't want to talk about it. I'm always glad to end the conversation.
Well, good luck.
Yeah, I love her. She's amazing. She's incredible. I start to walk away. He doesn't seem like he's in any danger, and I don't want to get blamed for him hiding in the first place.
Hey, wait a minute.
I turn around. He's already standing up again.
Are you gonna go tell her where I am?
Oh, so sad. Before I can answer, his eyes get huge again.
Tommy, there you are.
I love her face. I have to turn around again. This time it's the woman from before. She's already flying past me over to Tommy.
Are you okay? What were you doing? Don't you ever run off like that again. Oh, I'm just glad you're safe though.
Her voice goes up and something angry. She has Tommy in a tight hug, but he's just staring forward grumpily. Garby is flying in distressed circles again. Finally, the lady turns to me.
You found him, right? Thank you so much. I was so worried.
You're welcome.
No problem.
I love her. She's incredible. I didn't really do anything. I did find him, but so did she. Guess she's not thinking about it much.
Come on, Tommy, let's go home. We'll talk about this there.
You look so sad.
No, I'm not going. That's not home.
My ears flinch as he yells. He stamps his foot on the ground to make his point.
Tommy, sweetie.
Home is where it's you, me, and Dad! Not that apartment!
It's still your home, too. But this, it's like your second home now.
Oh, so they got divorced, I assume?
No, it isn't!
Yep.
Not without you, it's not! Do you and Dad really have to get
Tommy, who was already sniffling, can't keep from breaking down and crying as he throws his arms around his mom and hugs her back.
I don't want you to go!
Oh, Tommy, sometimes when parents don't love each other anymore, it's better if they get divorced. Trust me, I speak from experience. You don't want to grow up around two parents that hate each other. No. I get the impression that I should probably leave. Normally I'm happy to be nosy and listen in on things, but right now seems kind of awkward. Neither of the humans notice me leave, but Garby, the fabled, sadly waves goodbye as I head off. I wonder what makes him stick around. I've never seen a fabled like him before. Not being able to be seen by certain people sure sounds useful, though. I don't have to go far before the sounds of Tommy and his mom talking are drowned out by the noise of the waterfront. I easily fit into the crowd of people milling about. Being able to live a life that no one notices is close enough to being invisible. I'm pretty lucky that I don't ever have to have those kinds of tearful conversation or panic about someone missing. No, being part of the crowd is just perfect for me. I stand at the concrete and admire the ocean until I've had my fill, and then I start wandering again. Alright, we can go to the library. I wonder what's at Cuba Street. Let's check it out. They say the perp always returns to the scene of the crime, so I head back to the main streets. By the looks of it, the store I swiped from is the same as always. The person sweeping the front of the store doesn't even seem a little bit stressed. I never steal enough for it to be noticeable, but it's always a point of pride when the place looks the same as always the next day. A smug smile creeps on my face as I pass by, snacking on the chocolate bar I took from their shelves. She's a little brat, isn't she? Alright, let's check out the library. When the moon is high in the sky, I decide it is time. This is the perfect kind of night for me. There's not much wind, meaning I'll be able to hear or smell anyone approaching. It's a little cloudy too, which gives me some cover from the moonlight. I make my way back up to the library, stopping as soon as I'm within sight of it. I find a shadowy place to hide and watch the front for a few minutes. Like I hoped, nobody goes in or out. All of the windows are dark too. I slowly creep up towards the entrance, ready to transform and flee if I have to. Nothing happens. No one tries to stop me. I peek into one of the windows. It's dark inside, and I can't see anyone at all. Perfect. I move around to the back side of the building and check those windows too. Same thing, it's dark and empty.
This is gonna be too easy.
Famous last words. Back at the front door, I pick the lock and slip inside. I sneak from room to room, revisiting the items I memorized yesterday. They're not expensive or fancy enough to think of them as treasures. I end up leaving a lot of them alone, since I don't want to carry too much with me. The rest go into my coat pockets. Finally, I end up back at the painting in the corner, the piece that started this whole plan. I have to set a couple things down on the floor because the painting needs both hands for me to lift it. It's heavier than it looks, though it's not very big. That's probably a good sign for how much it'll be worth. I have to jiggle it a couple times to get it off the hook, but I manage. Packing the painting under one arm, I pick up the other goods from the floor. This should be enough for one night. Best to get in and out quick. Now I'm just picturing her, literally both of her arms full with stolen shit, and I bet she's gonna run into the librarian. I start to head back for the front door where I came in. Yep, called it. Before I get there, light floods the room. My heart starts to race as I immediately prepare to run. A quick glance over my shoulder shows the woman from the last night standing at the top of the stairs. Her eyes are glowing blue with anger. She takes a step forward, not seeming to touch the stairs.
Leave that painting alone!
I've got to get out of here. Now! Throwing caution to the wind, I clutch my spoles tight and charge for the door, trying to make myself as small a target as possible. The painting is too big for me to transform and still hold on to it, so I've got to do this on two legs.
Stop! Please!
Oh, she said please. I don't stop. Just like my arrival here with the guards at the skyport, the thrill of being chased has already taken over. It's exciting and scary at the same time, but either way, it spurs me to move faster. Using my shoulder, I crash out the front door and into the night. I run as quickly as I can, keeping an eye out for patches of slick mud or puddles of water. Yeah, Papo, I am. Like, she offered me a place to stay, and I just robbed this poor woman. I feel so bad. Also, hey, Papo, good seeing you. I was talking about you earlier, actually, funnily enough, because the like cafe that's like featured heavily in the game, it reminds me a lot of you. There's like a lot of plants and stuff everywhere. So the first time we entered the cafe and she described it, I was like, oh, this sounds like a perfect spot for Papa. The path I take goes far past Mount Victoria and my den, ending up in a small residential area. I stash the painting under a parked car and then take my fox form and crawl under a house, upsetting a mean grey cat who was already hiding here. It makes a low growling sound and I glare at it, desperately willing it to be silent before it gives away my position. I growl back as best I can, and that seems to scare it into shutting up. I'm not sure if I was being followed or not, but I don't want to take any chances. After 10 minutes or so, I climb out, pick up my loot, and sneak back towards my den. Now that the excitement has worn off, I just can't keep a smile off my face. There's nothing more satisfying than pulling off a heist, even one as easy as this. Other thieves I've heard about must have had it rough, having to stake out a place for a long time, trying really hard to not get caught and making sure not to be seen. I've never done much planning, I just do whatever feels right. My ability to transform makes it pretty hard to catch me, although I have had to leave behind the stuff I was taking once or twice. And honestly, it would get boring if I never got caught and had to run. My good mood lasts me all the way home and then disappears completely when I see who's waiting for me. Oh shit! Is she the bat? The woman in white. She stands just outside my den, looking like she doesn't care at all about the cold or the mud. In fact, her perfect clothes don't seem to get dirty at all. With her back turned to me, she's staring up at the moon, but she faces me as I approach. She has that same calm presence as when I first saw her, but I can see a mournful look in her eyes, which have gone back to brown instead of furious blue. My heart quickens, almost suffocatingly, as she watches me intently. I know how quickly calm can turn into anger. I should run, but I can't look away.
How did you find me here? Before I even got back?
I mean, maybe, Papa. Like, I've already had a meet cute with another girl, so...
A friend of mine told me you might be found here.
A friend of mine? So she's friends with the bat? Her voice is soft and warm, unlike the way she shouted back at the library.
A friend.
But who? I wasn't followed, I'm sure of that much. With the shock of being found wearing off, the realization I'll need to find a new place to stay sets in. After all that work, too.
I apologize for showing up uninvited. I'm here to ask that you please return that painting to me. You may keep the frame if you like, but the painting itself is very dear to me.
She's so kind. First she offers me a place to stay, and then she just understands that I literally rob her. I look down at the portrait. I've been carrying it for a while now, but I haven't given the picture itself much thought. It's a beautiful painting, and clearly very old. The girl shown in it is wearing a long flowing dress, looking down with a small smile.
And also...
She breathes out slowly, and my eyes narrow. It's the sound people make when they're acting calm, but they're angry.
Should suit you wanted, I have an extra room available in my library, with a soft bed and a warm meal. You may stay as long as you wish.
So, that's what she offered to us the first night. Does she remember, or did she forget us too, huh?
Huh?
Indeed, Miho, indeed. Huh? After I just tried to rob her, she's offering me a place to stay? Okay, now I know this must be a trap. There's no way. Although, it's the same thing she asked me last night, before I broke in. I'm sure she doesn't remember that.
Why?
Because I have more beds than I could possibly fill, and more food than I could eat. If there is someone who wants or needs them, is it not appropriate to share these with them?
Aww.
Is it?
Thank you for the hydrate, Callisto. Cheers. She like raced into the room and wants some pumpkin spice liquor too. God. Alright. Cheers, everyone. I'm not sure what answers she wants to hear. She looks at me again, the same expression as it was at the library. Well, her offer does sound kind of tempting.
I guess it's not like my place is as nice as yours.
It's a literal hole in the dirt. Not anymore, at least. Not after it rained and made half of it mud. I looked down at the painting again. If I sold it, it was just going to be so I could buy the same thing she's offering me. I still don't trust her. I've watched people enough to know better than that. There must be something she wants. But I don't think she wants to hurt me. She knows I don't have anything worth stealing. If she did try to pull something, I could just run away. It's only one night. I can come back and try again. Or find someplace else to take from. I look down to the burrow past where she's standing. It looks less a den and more a pile of mud. The thought of sleeping there again practically makes the decision for me.
Fine, I'll take it.
She breathes out slowly again and smiles. Maybe that sound doesn't mean she's angry?
Wonderful. I'm glad to hear it.
Oh.
I should introduce myself properly. My name is Juliet.
Juliet.
May I ask what yours is?
Miho.
I've had to introduce myself twice in a day now. That has to be a new record.
Well,
yeah, that's what I was thinking,
it's a pleasure
Subaru.
to make your acquaintance. Let's return to the library. I can carry the painting if you'd like. Or you may hold on to it until we get there.
I shrug.
Here, feel free.
God, I would be so embarrassed, right? How is she not dying of cringe? She receives it very gently, and I quickly fall in beside her as we begin to walk back. To my relief, she doesn't try to make any conversation. Instead, she silently cradles the painting as we go. When we get back to the library, the lights are off and the door is still unlocked. After setting the painting down on the desk, Juliet gestures towards the stairs.
It's on the second floor.
I follow her lead again until she stops at one of the closed doors. She unlocks it and lets me in. Hey, that's the same woman as in the painting. The room is simple and cozy, with a couple dressers, a table, and a bed. Over the bed, there's a boxy window with a white sill, big enough to sit on. On the table, there's a cheese sandwich and a few apple slices, plus some sort of cake. There's also a pitcher of water. So she knew I was coming with her, or she just prepared it in hopes I will accept the offer.
I hope the food is to your liking. 2 rooms down the hall from here, you'll find a refrigerator, and you may help yourself to anything in there.
She is so nice. Like, the barista was cute and all, but like, I like her now.
My study is just past that. If you need anything, don't hesitate to come find me. Is there anything more I can bring for you?
I shake my head, still in disbelief. What am I even supposed to say in a situation like this? I just stole from her, and now I have both a bed and food in return? As if to answer my confusion, she gives a calm smile. It doesn't help.
Then I'll leave you to it. We can speak again in the morning. Good night, Miho.
The door shuts behind her, and I expect to hear Juliet lock it. But when I try the knob after giving her a few moments, the door opens quietly into the dark hall. Juliet's nowhere to be seen. I pull the door back shut behind me and inspect the room, looking for any hidden threats. I also check the food, sniffing it to make sure there's no poison or anything. If there is, I can't smell it, and so I dig in instead.
Whoa. This is really good.
Man, I'm hungry now. There's 3 different kinds of cheese in the sandwich, which is 2 more kinds than I knew existed. Oh, she is so cute. I want the cheese sandwich with 3 different cheeses now. I'm so jealous. That sounds so good. The bread is soft and buttery, and when I take a bite of the apple, juice rolls down my chin. The water that I wash it down with tastes better than the water from the stream by my den. When I'm done eating, I climb into bed, still feeling overwhelmed. More specifically, not knowing how to feel. Thank you, Subaru. Yeah, I really want a cheese sandwich now. Part of me fears that I've made some gigantic mistake and that I'll wake up in danger, if I ever wake up at all. Trusting my instincts has kept me alive on multiple occasions and for hundreds of years. Enough that I've lost count of exactly how many. Bread, I love your cheese sandwich in chat. And the vermin too. It's a live feed of me when I ever find cheese. But something tells me I don't have anything to fear from the woman who I can only assume is my host and the owner of this place. So with that in mind... Oh, I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. We have summoned Cheesy, indeed. Cheesy, where's my cheese? So with that in mind, I pull the blankets up to my chin and adjust the luxurious pillows beneath my head. Who knows? Maybe the morning will bring trouble with it. But right now, just sleeping sounds alright. I wake up to the sound of birds chirping loudly outside. Blinking wearily, I prop myself up and look toward the warm sunlight beaming through the window. The sheets under my hand feel soft and dry. My cat is destroying a box right now, and I hope you can't hear it. My hand goes to my neck, taking in the smooth familiarity of my necklace.
It's still here.
If someone was going to rob me, that's the only thing I have that would seem valuable. I sit up and look around. It doesn't look like anyone came in while I was asleep. Maybe I really am safe here. I wonder if Juliet's friend... Ow! 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 Not the fish! Apple. Hungry. Another one. Ow. Ow. The cheesy, not you too. Ow. Ah. No. Marvin, no. Everyone's falling. No. Ow. No. Help. Thank you for the headbutt, Marvin. No, Callisto. Oh, betrayal. Oh, rude. All right, let me try that again. But first, some more pumpkin spice cream liquor. Cheers, everyone. Alright. I wonder if Juliet's friend was the scent I noticed outside my den on the first morning. I don't know how else she could have found me, or how they did it without waking me up. It was the bat. I keep telling you, it was the bat. If it happened before, it could happen again, as much as I hate to admit it. So I check around the room very thoroughly, but still don't notice anything different from when I went to bed.
Maybe it's not a trick.
All my past experiences have told me that there has to be a catch. Nothing is free. Nothing. But no matter how hard I try, I can't figure out what it could be. Oh, hey, Exterminator! I only put a cooldown on it for tonight's stream because I'm drinking tonight. I have some pumpkin spice cream liquor with me, and the hydrate redeem makes me drink. So that's why I put the cooldown. But it's only for tonight. I'll remove it after again. Thank you for the head pat, by the way. Thank you so much. Yeah, a few others in chat are joining me by drinking whenever hydrate gets redeemed. Could Juliet really have been telling the truth? It just seems so unlikely. It'd be nice if it were true. Thank you for the head pat, Sarah. Thank you. Ultra Squid, what's that? What's that emote? I appreciate. Good night, sir. Good night. Thank you for the good night, head pat. Yay, I appreciate it. Have a good night and a good morning tomorrow. A good day. Sleep tight. But if it wasn't, if I let myself believe only to be wrong in the end, then that would hurt even more, wouldn't it? No, better to not even take the risk. After all, I've lived a lot of years this way, and it's not like I hate it. Making my mind up helps me feel better right away, too. It just makes more sense. Even if I tried to stay, I don't think I'd ever stop worrying. This way, I'll know for sure that I'm in charge of my own destiny. Now that I know this room is unoccupied, I might be able to sneak back in sometimes when I need a place to stay. It wouldn't be too hard to climb one of the trees and then get to the window from there. I take one last look around. For just a night, it was a nice what if. Ultra squid. that does sound like I would like. Then I head downstairs and out the door, without speaking a word to anyone. It's another nice day, the same as when I first arrived in the valley. Warm sun and blue skies, with just a hint of clouds. For a while I meander around town, eating the last of my pastries from the convenience store hall for breakfast. Today feels like another restart. I have no den, no supplies, no anything. It's less exciting now than it was when I first arrived. I don't have a destination in mind, but eventually end up at the waterfront. There's an airship over the bay, descending closer towards the skyport. A couple kids down on the beach wave up at it, seeming excited. The people arriving on that ship all have somewhere that they're planning to go when they get off, huh? They've all got people waiting to see them. What have I got? Some trash and an old scroll. So far, Wellington's given me nothing but questions. That never bothered me before in any of the other cities I've been to. So why now? Guess that's another question for the pile. I push myself off the railing and head back into town. Oh,
Funny Meadow Ferret rated my stream with 5 viewers.
Thank you for the raid, Fur! Thank you, thank you, thank you! It's so good to see you!
Shai has gifted a tier 1 sub to Calistoponi. They have given 11 gift subs in the channel.
Thank you for the gift sub, Shai, too! Hey, Fur! Let me give you a shout out real quick! I hope you had a good stream! Yeah, please everyone go check them out!
Sweet, angry looking too, got red eyes. I wonder if that means anything. Paralyze it. Good job.
I love your stream layout. So cute.
Right.
Is that the new Pokemon? I've been looking at it, but I'm not sure if I should play it or not. It looks kind of fun. Maybe I can stream it one day, but my backlog is so large. Thank you for the ferret raid and welcome everyone. Thank you so much for trusting your audience with me. Hey, I'm Rat. I'm an artist. I play video games on here. We are currently playing Please Be Happy, comfy Yuri visual novel while drinking some pumpkin spice liqueur. Thank you for joining me and I hope you'll have a great evening. Oh wow, Fur, oh my god. Alright. I push myself off the railing and ow! Callisto! Let's try again. I push myself. Subaru! Alright, did we get it out of our system? Ah! Shy! Oh my god! No! Everyone is being mean to me today. Thank you for the head pat. Thank you, I appreciate that. Alright. I'll read the sentence now. Okay? I knew it. I'm shy. I push myself off the railing and head back into town. I go through the motions of scouting for somewhere to rebuild my den. Ow! But my heart really isn't in it. Oh yeah, back to the cafe. Hey, Papo, that's the cafe I was talking about. See, like all the plants everywhere, and like the bubbles up here, they're like lamps. And she was like admiring them, how like they all have like plants in them. After wandering for a while, I end up at the Bell House yet again. It's just a place I go when I have nowhere else to go. There are more customers than usual, so there are 2 people working behind the counter. It only takes a brief glance to notice that one of them is Aspen. I know, right, Papa? It's so pretty. The whole aesthetic is like very, very comfy. Very Papo. It reminds me a lot of your aesthetic. Aspen. I wonder if she'll think I'd like a fairy kiss chiller again. Or maybe I'll make a different sort of first impression today. The line moves pretty quickly. It helps that Aspen doesn't spill anything this time. Oh, the shade. When it's my turn to order, I step up to the counter with a fake smile.
Oh, hello. What can I make for you today?
I'll have a fairy kiss chiller, please.
Aw.
Certainly. Good choice.
I reach for my wallet to pay, but she stops me.
Oh, don't worry about that. It's on the house today.
Eh? Eh?
Great!
You're not questioning that?
What does that mean?
Yeah, there we go.
It means that you don't have to pay for it.
She
As an apology
remembers?
for yesterday.
She remembers? She remembers. So, did the writing it down do it? So, writing it down negates her magic? Interesting. Oh, Subaru, maybe. She's not very animal themed though, right? Yesterday? Why does that sound so strange? I nearly miss her talking with my mind having tripped over the word. She reaches for a cup, the pen already in her hand.
And that's for Miho, right?
God, she must be like going insane. This is the first time someone has ever remembered her, huh?
For Miho?
My name? She remembers my name? My heart begins to race wildly, my body reacting just as strongly as my mind. Aspen frowns, clearly noticing that something's off. My head's in too much of a daze to deal with it, though.
It is Miho, right?
She checks the notebook on the counter, brow furrowing deeply as her finger slowly moves down the page and taps on one of the lines. What do I say? How do I explain? That's for the first time in my life. For the first time in hundreds of years, somebody's remembered my name? It's not supposed to be like this. I'm supposed to be forgotten. Every time. Without fail. It's my armor. It's my life. I take a step backwards. I have to run. I have to get out of here. I have to get away. But where to? I've just been running. Running. I don't have anywhere else to run to. But I don't have any other choice. Without a plan or destination, I turn on my heel and bolt outside, not daring to look back. Everything is wrong. I have to go.
Miho!
Oh, she called after me. She calls my name again as I disappear into the street. It's not the first time I've heard that as I fled. But never like this. Never with such a confused, worried tone. feeling sick to my stomach. I push myself to run even faster. Maybe I should just leave this whole city. Get on the next airship out of here and act like it never happened. I could go somewhere else, back to China or America or anywhere, and start over again. Within days, it'd be like I never even came to Wellington. My life would go back to normal, and eventually I'm sure Aspen and Juliet would forget me, just like they're supposed to. Nothing would be different. Except, that's not quite true. I wouldn't forget what happened here, even if everyone else did. No matter what, I'm sure I won't ever be able to get these past few days out of my mind. When I get to Mount Victoria, I finally stop running. Not because this place is special or because I wanted to come here, but because I don't know where else I'd go.
Run.
I make... That was like her mind this entire time. I make my way up to the top of the mountain, just like I did on my first day. The view, which I admired so much last time, doesn't do much for me now. Instead, the city looks cluttered and confused from up here. My chest hurts from running so long. I'm much more used to quick bursts of sprinting to get away from something or someone. I guess that's still what I'm trying to do right now. But I'm not too sure what it is that I'm running from. Whenever something goes wrong, my first instinct is to flee. Aspen remembering me definitely counts as something wrong. But when I stop to think about why, some of the reasons are obvious. Mostly, what if it's not just Aspen? What if everybody can remember me now? Or even worse, what if people who forgot about me a long time ago start to remember me? Both could get me in a lot of trouble. My days as a thief would probably be over. There are some places where I could never show my face again. But the smart thing to do is to leave. I can even see a couple airships at the skyport right now. I have everything with me. I could just go. There's nothing keeping me here. I make my way up to the top of the mountain, just like I did on my first day. And yet, I don't move. Oh, you did a 9-hour stream for... Oh my god. Yeah, get some rest. Enjoy lurking. Get some good rest. Alright. I make my way up to the top of the mountain, just like I did on my first day. And yet, I don't move. I still don't even know what it is I'd be running away from. From Aspen? From Wellington? When I think about it, I have to admit that running wouldn't get me anywhere. This worry, these questions would follow me wherever I go, no matter how far, no matter how long. So then, what do I do? The only answer I can think of is the scariest one. The one that goes against everything I've ever learned. Closing my eyes, I picture the library and Juliet's offer. I picture Aspen, whom I barely know but who's already changed my life. Maybe I should stay and try to find out more. Maybe, just maybe, being remembered might not be all bad. I clench my fists so tightly my knuckles turn white. The urge to turn tail and head for the skyport is so strong. It's almost like a magnet pulling me there. I resist it though. Slowly, I walk back down the mountain, making my way to the library. I'm not sure what to say when I get there. Explain everything to Juliet and hope she'll let me stay in the room again. Oh, thank you so much for the follow, Enrique. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Nico, Nico, Thank you very much. I appreciate it so much. I don't even need the room. Ah! I could rebuild my den and hide out there. Maybe in a new spot. One that Juliet doesn't know about. Not having to worry about the weather or other animals would be nice though. Ow, cheesy! Everyone bullying. Oh no. Enjoy lurking, Brett! There's no telling if Juliet will remember me. Ow! Callisto? No more pumpkins. Ow! No more pumpkin spice for any of you. There's no telling if Juliet will remember me too. If not, it might be easier to pretend this is my first time visiting and just ask if there's anywhere I could stay. Thank you for the head pat. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Really kind. Thank you too, Shy, for the head pat. Even though I'm not moving very fast, I still don't feel ready for this conversation by the time I reach the library's entrance. It's only been an hour or so since I left the Bell House, though it's not late enough for the library to be closed. The usual stream of people flows in and out the doors.
Okay, I can do this.
Good luck, girl. Good luck. I stand off to the side of the entrance, preparing myself as people pass to and fro. My heart is racing the same way it does during a tense break-in, maybe even harder. My tail twitches back and forth. Usually I don't notice, but right now I'm super aware of everything about myself. Fighting off my instincts, I open the door and let myself inside. I'd been expecting to have to look for Juliet, but instead, she's right by the entrance. What surprises me most, however, is the woman leaning against... What the heck? Shy! What a mood killer! I can't believe you paid $3. $3 for that. Oh my god. That was really loud too. Alright. Thank you, Shy, for the bits. What surprises me most, however, is the woman leaning against the large desk beside her, Aspen, who's now engaged in conversation with a look of deep concern on her face.
I wasn't there when I checked the bedroom. I wish she would have spoken to me first, at least.
Oh. I barely catch the end of Juliet's sentence. She notices me only moments after I spot her, and for a second her mouth forms a perfect O of surprise. Look, she's like wearing a hat now, and the hat has a bow too. Like her outfit is so on point.
Juliet? What are you...
Aspen turns around to follow Juliet's gaze, her eyes opening wide at the sight of me.
Miho!
Ah, that was cute. Big love. My brain goes blank, rehearsed lines flying out of my head.
Hey there.
Smooth. I slink over to where they're standing, hands in my pockets. Unsure what I should say first.
It's nice to see you again, Miho. I was hoping that you'd return.
They love me.
Me too. That was pretty sudden. I worked extra hard on that drink for you, you know.
I freeze up, looking for the words. Aspen's expression softens my concern.
Miho?
Alright. take the drink. I'm sorry.
Well, I ended up drinking it myself, so I suppose I can't complain too much.
She laughs, and I can't stop myself from blurting out my next words.
You seem different.
I'm sorry?
Like, less polite?
Well, I'm not at work anymore, am I?
Oh, so she's only posh while working? What am I even saying? What was I planning on saying again?
Will you be staying for a while, Miho?
I like her voice. Like it's like kind of soft while still very alluring. I don't know. Her voice is like amazing. It's so good.
If so, we can continue this conversation in the dining room. It's a bit more private there.
Juliet takes charge of the conversation effortlessly, and I accidentally sigh in relief.
Yeah, sure. That sounds great. I'm not gonna run away again.
I'm glad to hear that. Right this way, then.
Juliet leads the way down the hall and into one of the locked rooms. We enter a cozy little room with a table and a few chairs, as well as a fridge. The three of us sit down, although I move my chair so I'm not so close to the others.
Can I get you anything to eat or drink, Miho?
I shake my head. I'm hungry, but I'm way too nervous to eat. Juliet smiles in response to my answer, which came just a little too quickly to sound natural. By the way, both she and Aspen are looking at me. I can tell they're expecting me to say something first. None of the words that I planned are coming back to me. What do people even say in a situation like this? The temptation to run away is overwhelming. The door just a few feet behind me. My knuckles whiten as I tightly clench my fists in my lap, pushing myself to resist the urge. Like, her entire instinct for hundreds of years was to run away from every single from everything, basically, right? Every confrontation, anything. So she must be like, she's going against like her entire instinct right now. I told myself that I'm going to take this chance, even if it's the hardest thing I've ever done. I'm going to be honest with them. Yeah, a little bit, Callisto.
Well...
I struggle to think of what to say. Juliet waits patiently, her eyes gazing coolly in my direction, more than directly at mine. Aspen soon grows restless, however, her expression clouded with concern.
Sorry. I don't know how to just say things. I've only ever copied other people's, so I...
No, English easy sober. Like German hard sober, English hard tipsy. Aspen's expression clears up in some sort of understanding.
It's okay, Miho. Take your time.
I really like how they're saying her name. It's really pretty.
So I don't really know how to talk like this.
You're doing just fine.
If you say so. It's not just talking either. I don't know much about anything. Well, anything human. All I really know about is being a fox. And all we foxes care about is how to survive. It might be hard to believe, but I'm not a normal fox either. There's something kinda special about me. Kinda different.
I finger the beads around my neck. Their constant warmth and presence is reassuring. I avoid looking at either Aspen's or Juliet's face. What else?
Usually, I have to steal to get by. I don't just have to, I like to. I'm good at it too. That's how I ended up meeting Juliet.
So she's just like saying everything, huh?
And the reason I'm so good at it is because I don't know why it happens, but ever since I got my human form, everyone forgets me. Even the people who catch me stealing from them. After a day or two, I can walk right past their face and they wouldn't even recognize me. No one has ever recognized me. Until Aspen remembered who I was at the Bell House. It was such a shock that I ran away. That's what I always do. I was thinking about leaving Wellington forever, even though I just arrived a couple days ago.
Well, I'm glad she decided not to.
I'm still kind of tempted. But instead, I came back here. And that's it.
Just hearing the words coming out of my mouth makes me want to die of embarrassment. It makes me uncomfortable when other people think about me. Same girl, same. She just like me, for real, for real. Oh, Fur, right? How could you forget her? And yet, putting everything out there feels surprisingly good. It feels like a weight has come off my shoulders. There's no going back now. Ow! And that's a relief in its own way.
So you're saying that you've never ever had a family? Or a friend?
If you say it that way, that sounds very sad.
Nope, never. And not since I stopped being a regular fox, at least.
Oh. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Ouch.
Why?
Oh, that's even sadder.
Well, because that's... not to be rude, but that sounds rather lonely to me.
Lonely, huh? I've never thought about it before.
I see.
Aspen sits back, still looking concerned. From the way she keeps fidgeting, I get the impression she wants to say more, but is holding back. Juliet swoops in to salvage the situation.
You have been very brave to stay here, Miho. I'm personally glad that you decided to come back to the library. I had your room prepared in hopes that you would.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you for the hydrate, Subaru. And cheers, everyone. Prost. That's how we say cheers in German.
You're welcome to use it for as long as you'd like. I think that we could become great friends.
Great friends, huh?
Friends.
I roll the word around in my mind as if it were a strange food I'm gingerly trying. Is that a word that fits me? Is that something I could have? It's never seemed like a possibility before. What was cheer? You mean cheers? I'm like the hydrate? We're like drinking booze whenever someone hydrates. Yeah, Subaru, they were roommates, right? None of what Juliet's offered me has. Wait, what was... I roll the word around in my mind as if it were a strange food I'm gingerly trying. Is that a word that fits me? Is that something I could have? It's never seemed like a possibility before. None of what Juliet's offered me has. Right now, it feels like I'm standing at the end of one path and the beginning of another. I could turn around and go back the way I came, back to the den and a life spent alone. I know that world. I've lived in it for so many years. Oh, German cheers? Prost. It's like spelled like this. Prost. But I can't just go back. Not now. Not when there can be something more. Something new. You're very welcome, Fur. Everything could be different if I just let it. When I look at Aspen and Juliet, I can tell what they're hoping I'll say.
I think I'd like that.
Oh. Yeah, I pronounce it in a Swiss German way. Like. Oh yeah, don't listen to me if you want properly high German education. I only speak hick German. Big smiles take over both their faces. Oh, they're pretty. Oh, interesting, Subaru. Slowly, I let myself smile
well
too.
Miho. Welcome home.
Our very first friends. These, oh, what a nice title drop. Oh, holy shit. Oh, that was really good. Chapter 2, A Life Worth Living. They're holding hands. Look, 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 with the rainbow in the back. Oh, what time is it? 10:22. I wonder if I should stop here, cause it's a pretty good place to stop, right? Yeah, I'll stop here then. It's a good ending point. Let me save. Another beginning. With her world changed forever, Miho must make a decision. It's only been 4 days, and her day has been like... Her life has been upturned. Alright, let me see if we can go raid someone. Also, let's do one... I still have a little bit of pumpkin spice cream liquor in my mug. So one last prost. Thank you, Subaru. One last one. Cheers, everyone. Good, good. Thank you, everyone, for spending your evening with me. It was really good. Like, I like the game. It is so pretty. I don't know if you noticed, but I started to tear up a little when she ran away. It was so good. It was really, really, really good. And yeah, I can't wait to play chapter 2. It was so good. Thank you very much, Papo. Alright, let's see. Read. Thank you for the headpad, Subaru. Thank you. Munch is streaming. Bronzo is streaming. Ow! Charmith is playing Alien Isolation. We have to go. We have to watch that. Man, I miss Alien Isolation. Ow! Deserve. But yeah, I miss Alien Isolation, so let's all go say hi. When I raid, I usually leave one of these messages if you want to copy paste one of them. Oh yeah, we should do the step Ratsino raid. You're very welcome, Mermin. I can't wait to play again. There, I'm gonna write that. Alright, thank you again everyone for watching. Thank you so much, and I hope I'll see you maybe tomorrow for chapter 2. Tomorrow or on Thursday. We'll figure it out. Shy. And oh, thank you for the gift sub earlier, Shy. That was really kind of you. Drunk rat. Oh, so you mean drinking again tomorrow and doing chapter 2? That would work. That would work well. Alright. Let me start the stream. Yeah, I definitely want to stream tomorrow, I think, because that's the last day of the month. And yeah. So I hope I'll see you again tomorrow. And have a wonderful day. Enjoy Alien Isolation. And bye, everyone. Love you.